So we are back here with the Poker Night in America Twitch cash game. We're playing 25-50 no limit with an optional $100 straddle, $5,000 buy-in to a max of $20,000 on Bart Hansen, and we are streaming this live from Las Vegas, Nevada. We can head over to the table, and we've had player change as Jamie Stapes, famous Twitch poker player, has come into seat 9 and has replaced Daniel Negreanu. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're doing here today and exactly how we're going to approach the rest of the day. As you can see, we have the table mic back up, and hopefully we will have that up for the rest of the day. If the table mic starts to cut out, we are going to take the table mic out, and we are just going to have poker commentary over the top through me, and that's what we're going to do for the rest of the day. So if it starts to cut out, we're going to remove the table mic. We have technical difficulties, and we're just going to do commentary for the rest of the day. That's a decision that's been made. And then hopefully we can have it fixed, you know, by the end of the day going into tomorrow. So for right now, we are not going to have hole cards for about the next 10 minutes as we catch up to our delay. But this is a show with hole cards, so we're probably not going to have hole cards for the first 4 to 5 hands coming back from this break. But after the first 4 to 5 hands, we're going to have hole cards. We have the table mic up, so we're going to get into the action. We're going to play another 7 to 8 hours today. Hopefully everything will go well. We're playing 25-50. So let's get back into it. And as you can see, Negreanu's gone. Jamie Stapes is back in. I've got the live Twitch chat up. You can tweet me at Bart Hansen. So let's get back into this thing. The black chips are hundreds. The greens are 25s. The yellows are 1,000s. And the purples are 500s.
Definitely Dan that went there.
Yeah, Dan went there.
No, I think you misinterpreted. Sorry.
Yeah, all right,
I'm
whatever.
pretty sure that other people will interpret it that way, though.
It's that they're not gonna like
Show
let everyone
somebody
know
in
that, that there's a kitchen
Right,
here.
like that we're in a house. But I could see how it could have been. And as
Looks like Jamie Stapes bet the flop, bet the turn, and the river here is a queen.
I didn't even think about that. It never even crossed my mind.
This is true.
I believe
You're right.
They all went there instantly. Just like one click and they're
Flip
done.
that.
And it is the 2 consummate poker Twitchers, Jason Somerville against Jamie Stapes here in this particular hand. Jamie Stapes looks to have bet all 3 streets here.
My sons did not know, this is a true story, my sons did not know
Ace,
that men
4,
were
Jack,
doctors
5, Queen.
until they were 14. They all, my wife's a doctor, and they met all female doctors.
And it
then,
looks like it was a 3rd
and
heart
then I
there,
couldn't
too.
believe it. My son came home and said, hey, is it true that guys can actually be doctors? I said, yeah.
14's a little late, Phil, to be fair. I feel
They should have neural netted that one from other professions.
It might have been age 13.
Jamie
but
Staples
whatever.
takes it down.
Cross-index it and whatever.
Oh, wait, no.
22 and 24.
you had to think about it
grown
just
men.
to make sure you got it right.
Well,
Yeah, what?
one had a birthday a few days ago, so. My youngest is coming with me to North Carolina to play in the national championship, play a bunch of events, so cool. In the World Series of Poker National Championship. He finally has some interest in poker, so we'll
Man.
see.
I'm gonna be like the oldest dad.
How old are you?
31. I got at least.
You don't even have a girl in sight.
I need like 15 years.
Or rather, you have a lot of girls in sight.
Phil, please.
Or a lot of girls out of
It's okay.
sight.
There's no audio, man.
Only on the televised portion where
Only on the
there will
televised,
be
where
more
millions of
people.
people.
He has
see
one
it.
sweet,
Yeah, but then
lovely girl in the kitchen.
And you get on site, so who cares?
How long is the Twitch delay?
15. Oh, 15?
Were you going to
could be right
respond to what I
roughly.
said about
I thought it was 15.
no girl or what? You're probably right.
Straddled pot here by Scott Ball.
Because you don't want to have kids for a
I
while.
will say that,
from
yeah,
now, or-
it'll probably be a while. I
Maria
wanna have kids,
raised
sounds
to
awesome.
300, and she'll
Looking
take it
forward
down.
to it. Just,
So 25-50, 100 here. It looks like we're playing right
You're
now.
doing both time with Jack too, though.
I wasn't ready, but
yeah. I guess
Scott
that's true.
Ball.
Everybody just
Yeah,
says
it's
no
like
one
no
things
one's
that you
ready.
can't be ready
Yeah.
for.
Dan
and
O'Brien
you
too
just-
strong for
Might be a player that you guys aren't familiar with. He works for Twitch, plays cash games out of the Bay Area at Bay 101 out of seat 8.
It's so much easier when there's no decisions, just pure enjoyment. When you have to decide things,
Yeah.
it's so much harder and less fun.
That was a really tough decision for you with the queens, wasn't it?
No, no, no.
My chip.
You win. You the ace
Should've
king.
laid it down.
Hole cards will be coming back in about 8 to 10 minutes. And we'll try to get a chip count graphic up too as soon as possible.
No, I know. I mean, like,
Oh, it takes the life out. Yeah.
I can't believe he's only been one deuce to seven.
Jamie Staples here in the straddle.
350, and I'm slightly disappointed that Phil Lock didn't raise. You were supposed to raise this hand.
And he's
It
going to
felt like-
defend.
I
The
was
psychic
re-raising
flow
you, I already
wasn't
made
right.
it.
Right out
fell in that way.
Second flow did not
Psychic
feel
flow
right.
felt a little off.
Looks like a blind flop right there.
Blind flop.
Helmuth checks behind 9-10-6.
450.
Turn is an ace. And now he's going to fire, and he'll take it down.
That ace is up. Sure. Much room for him to have tens up.
Okay. Need someone to have a seven deuce.
So the yellow chips are $1,000. The purples are
I
500s.
want to go with my gut next time.
The blacks are 100s.
It's so annoying.
And the green chips are 25.
You got it. I knew you could feel it too. You still wanted to keep going. It wasn't just me. I
You
knew
won
it.
the hand, yeah.
And it's like, I looked at
sensed
her.
something was wrong.
We
and
should
I
keep,
said,
like,
"All right, I'm
another
gonna call
tally
her down,"
somehow. Maybe,
especially if
uh,
the ace
Do it
queen
right
here.
inside.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
like,
I was on the wrong
You're gonna
track
pay from
then.
your pocket. I'm gonna
And
pay
it
from
crossed my
Okay,
mind.
okay.
She was
I'll
7
give you back
goals.
the
She was
art.
really dead here.
What
Yeah,
if
it's
you
Well, you might have extra small chips, that's all.
You might win this in the next couple of.
Okay, so you're giving me back your
Phil Helmuth had his aces cracked by a set of 8s earlier on, first hour of the show.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, whatever. I think you're okay. But if you have like pocket threes.
And then he lost pocket deuces against Maria Ho, who won with 7 deuce.
Under the table.
As the players were playing the 7 deuce bounty game, anytime someone wins with 7 deuce and shows it down, they get a $200 bounty from each player at the table.
On the red blackness.
1K pop. 1K pop.
Phil Lock won a huge
You have
hand
chips
against
on the
Dan
floor.
O'Brien when he flopped the nuts with
I was gonna say, it
9-10
might get hard if you're involved.
on an 8-7-6 2-club board when Dan O'Brien had 8-10 of clubs.
I'm very happy with my 3,000 right now. I'm focused on the real
It's a
game.
lot of money.
That's a bigger game over there.
Not for you, Phil.
No, it's a 450 is a
You
lot.
said you're-
No, I'm
Dan
saying
O'Brien's
this
going to open here
3K
at
is a lot.
450.
You're a
450
curious
is a lot.
millionaire.
Whatever. I'm a flop junkie more than anything. I just want to see what.
Or excuse me, it was Helmuth
See, I
that
don't
opened
put
at
you on ace
450,
queen
and
this hand, Aries.
Phil Lock's going to call.
Really? Gave it away.
Eight.
Could have been a funky move time, but it worked out.
Jack 5-4, and Phil Lock is going to check fold.
I would have found
Helmuth takes it down.
I would have snap called
So
your
we're gonna
stack.
say you have to call it before the cards are down. Is that how we do
want
the
out.
rules
Kind of
here?
aggravated.
No. I was like, get to see.
Oh,
the top.
gentlemen's rules.
I'm very aggravated.
Anytime
Phil.
it comes,
Yeah,
it's just
if I-
always.
If I lose, I'm just going to pay you even if you. even
Okay,
if
so
you
not,
don't
it's
get
not a
it.
calling thing. It's just a,
Right.
a default,
You get
automatic.
paid. You get
Okay,
paid
okay.
no matter
So
what.
no skill whatsoever.
No skill.
No skill whatsoever.
Like, the skill games just crush me.
Actually, you got it. You got it. Yeah,
Whatever I can do.
Okay, yeah.
Man, it's so sick when like the fish is trying to act like even more of a fish. It's overload. It's like, do you think that you're really playing us, or I don't know. Pressure cooker here.
So Phil Lock's going to open this for a raise.
You would have raised 300, but 575 full.
And that's Randy Lou who's in the straddle this time. Playing 25, 50, 100. And Maria Maria Ho is going to 3-bet out of the big blind.
Deuce 7 war, huh? This is what happens when Deuce 7 meets Deuce 7.
Ah. Phil Lock referring to the Deuce 7 hand that Maria won a couple of hours ago when Maria squeezed with Deuce 7 out of the big blind for 1,300 and won against Phil Hellmuth.
Eight, 7, Phil had.
She's going to take it down.
It was exactly 8-7.
She doesn't have Deuce 7 because if she had Deuce 7, she would have shown it.
This is the last round of the straddle. You guys want to change it, do like a button ante instead, like a 200
I had
button
Deuce
ante?
7.
What were you big blind in?
Huh?
I had Deuce
Whatever.
7.
You guys want to change from straddle to button ante or something?
That'd be
Well, we won't, yeah.
Which one's better?
200 button ante?
Did you really have Deuce 7? You're capable of taking one.
whatever.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
a
think you had
honey.
much, so.
Wait.
200 button ante instead of a straddle? Is that cool?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
What are we doing?
200 button ante instead of a straddle.
Dead
One
on,
round.
dead in the middle. That's
For one
it.
round,
That's, yeah.
So
I'm
200
not
just-
sure I want to like encourage like aggression. Like this is good. Everybody's
Wait,
playing so bad. It's
But
25,
Jamie-
50.
Jamie-
Everybody
Jamie-
cares.
200 dead in the middle.
200
Yeah.
dead.
I still like to
It's
win.
actually
You know?
a better structure, I think.
It's a better structure than a straddle, I think.
Yeah,
With
for sure.
stacks.
With
Yeah,
these
it's a better
stacks, yeah.
structure for people that don't have any patience. That side of the table. Those 4. Wait, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to those
don't have
3. I'm going to. This is only one round of this, and I'm going to object to this. I want to see if you guys can get out the way.
We
you
might
got.
If
not
you
be
make
able
it a 5-10 game, I'm going to quit. I'm just letting you know. There's no amount of patience they're going to make me stay play 5-10.
Scott Paul's going to raise it up here. So they're going to change it, looks like, for a round to actually having a button ante, it sounds like, in the game.
47 deuce and king queen against.
I will too, Phil, if you keep playing with the button ante.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what we need. It's good for you.
That's good for you.
It's gonna like justify the lack of patience with the button ante. That's what.
Oh, this is going to be so painless. I'm going to just look down and be all gone in a second.
Who knows? Maybe
I'm going to just...
it could do
It's actually
one-
Dan
I'm just
O'Brien that
gonna
looked
look
like he
down to the
opened. He's
Bialgana
going
and
to
see what
lead
happens.
right
I just
out
lost 5,000
here with a
under the table before
continuation
that.
bet.
No, I don't know what
And
Maria had,
Scott
but I'm
Paul's just
sure
going to fold.
I can't believe that you didn't.
I had about as low. I had the
So
bottom
the
part of my
delay
range.
is
Phil, how much
just
was it?
about caught up. We should be seeing
Without having to do
cards
7, which
come
I
up
probably would
any
have called
minute
to try
now.
and peel 2 pair and pair.
My hand was good enough that I would have re-raised.
Look at it.
You would have thrown.
And if Phil called, I would have called.
Definitely not 7 deep.
What if I re-raised?
I had it.
600 with that
What do you do? I know, but 9
That's
was
the
Part of the fish of it. That's it right there.
Button moves over here to Maria Ho.
We'd prefer to say Phil limps for 50 because you want to alert to the other players that you're not just calling, but you're limping. It sounds weaker.
Under the gun for 50.
We want to highlight the limpiness
Telegraph
of it.
a lot of weakness.
Yeah, Phil limps. Phil barely makes it into the pot with 2 green checkers. Elkie punishes him. This is the way, you know.
This is
Nice, Elkie, with the deuce 7. I like the way you play that hand. You know?
Thanks, Finn. This is a psychic flow going.
Psychic flow.
Yeah, Elke's going to raise this up. Looks like to 500. Randy Lou's going to call, as does Phil Lock.
Dude, you guys know I only raised kings or aces, right?
And Phil Hellmuth. So we're going to see it 4 ways here.
It actually hits the deuce 7 too. Sure does.
Nine, 7, 4 on the flop. Elkie bets out about 1,200. Phil Lock quickly calls.
I'm all in.
And Helmy's going to check raise all in here. And it looks like he's got about 5,000 and change. 5,075 is what it sounded like. 974 rainbow looks to be the flop. So Elkie raised at 500. He got 3 callers. There was 2,000 in there pre-flop. He makes a bet of 1250 on the flop. Phil Lock calls, and Hellmuth is all in for what looks to be about 5,075. 5,075 total.
1250.
1250, 1250. Pot's about 82, right around 8,200. 37 to call. 38 to call. Getting over 2 to 1. I don't know if we can take another look at there at that flop. If we can see if there's a 2 flush out there. 974. Looked like it was a rainbow board. 974 rainbow. I mean, Helmuth usually plays so tight in these spots. You wonder if he has a set of 4s here. 9-7 suited, something like that.
That's like for the incentive.
That was like a needle in me and entertaining the game. This is great.
Peak Elkie.
Can't quite tell if there's 2 spades out there or what, but Elkie bet 1250 on the flop. Lock called, and then Helmuth shoved all in. And Lock quickly calls, and looks like Lock's got a set of 4s there.
2 times? 2 times someone?
And Helmuth has 9-7, so we're looking at top 2 against bottom set here, folks.
Burn is off.
Top 2 against bottom set. Yep, pocket 4s against 9-7 suited. And they're gonna run it twice. First time here for Lock. Helmuth needs to catch a 9 or 7. Second time Queen. River is 10. And here comes the blow
Of
up.
course you had kings. I knew you were going to fold kings. These idiots would have all called, of course. Every one of them, by the way. Every one of them.
But
Not a single player folds kings except you or I. in this spot.
Wow, and Elkie said that he folded kings there.
Me on jacks like last time. Always still play jacks.
I mean, the way that Elkie's been playing so far in this game, and we've seen him play for about 4.5 hours, it's not on the realm of possibility. He's been playing pretty tight that he
It's
did
like you
fold
clawed
kings
your
there.
way out of that one.
Yeah,
huh?
it's like he clawed my way out. I look at Finn and he looks like so, like, I don't know. Looks so zen and
I love it. We both won that. I won 1,000 back. You won 5,000.
Deal me in. I'm playing 5,000.
I thought to myself, I was like,
You don't have to
doing the
bring me
thing again where he
chips.
just
You don't even
called
have to bring me
nuts.
chips.
You
I might
did it.
just
I was
quit.
right. You're right where you had to be.
sick. What the hell? I hate losing.
Even if it's small amounts.
And here's the cards.
If I won $1 million this month.
So we got the cards, we got the table audio. Here we go.
What does Phil Lock show up with this set? Why isn't he a top 2 against him?
But you have to, like,
He would have put it
if
on
you did the
with
floor, you could have seen it.
Yeah, but he would have called with ace-9. He's bad enough to play ace-9.
doesn't. No,
You're
he's
going to fold
me.
kings. He's going to call with ace-9. So it's
I
going
have to. It's top pair, top kicker, whatever. It's hard to get a pair. Give me top pair. I'll put in more money with less, whatever. There you go. I hate poker. 10-4. Take the money. Take it.
Yes.
Easy game, man. If you're playing hijackers, 10 under.
That would have played it.
Button moves over here to Phil Lock. Hopefully we can get a chip count up here at some point, but Phil Lock's got to be one of the biggest winners here tonight so far. And Helmuth's got to be in for a couple of buy-ins. He just rebought for another 5,000.
flush draws. Can't on the top 2.
I wish we would have rabbit hunted that first hand where you had the king jack clubs just to see what would happen.
yeah, why didn't we?
Yeah, that was a misstep.
That might have tilted me even more.
That might be tough.
It might have tilted me even more.
Finally gets top 2 against him.
Finally. There you go. You still haven't beat
What? So that was the fuck did that happen?
I might quit.
No, nobody's gonna see my great four. So sick. Running bad. Running bad. Not only did I lose a hand, but nobody's gonna see my great four. I've been folding all day, waiting to get one good four once in my life, and then now it was a spot. It was a spot to make a hero four. Then nobody's gonna see it.
What are you talking about? There's going to be like 1 million people will see this show. And 1 million people will hear me tell you what I told you, that you're the only one that would have folded kings. And everybody here knows it's true. I thought you had queens.
1,000 moving?
I know what our funny queens do.
I know that, but I thought you had queens, and you knew what I had, and I knew what you had, but these idiots had no idea. They all think we have like a 9 or something. Like
Big flop here for Jason Somerville. Straight, open-ended straight flush draw. Randy Lou,
I like
pre-flop
playing
razor,
thoughtless poker.
bets with ace-6.
Once I start adding strategy loops and stuff, I get trapped and lose a lot.
And Somerville's going to play it fast. Going to raise Nanako right away. Makes it 1,400.
With the set against me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Very lucky day for you so far.
It really is.
I know if I stay around long enough, I'm going to get Phil Lock, but
It's true.
That's
I might get angry. I might get another top 2, and he might somehow show up with some kind of goofy flush.
What are the odds of that, though?
And here we go here with a chip count. And you can see that Phil Lock's got 46,000. And the game was capped, if I'm correct, at 20,000. So Locke has got to be up over 26,000 because he never reloaded. Well, if we can get that thing to stay up there a little bit quicker next time. But Locke is definitely going to be the big winner here for the night. Next time around, maybe we can get that thing to stay up there a little bit quicker.
Mostly it's just flipping.
But Phil Lock's the
Heading
big
hand
winner
strategy,
here
things
for
like
the
that.
night.
If you ever want to play, we can play relatively low stakes. I'd be happy.
Yeah, I need to train.
Afraid to look down at the hand.
And there's not like a huge advantage because the strategy is open. It's just a point-based strategy. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic.
Raise.
9 1/4.
2,400.
Wow, 4-bet
I can
here
tell you
with the
exactly
7
what I have,
deuce.
so 5,000 to start the hand.
We got the $200 7 deuce bounty here, raised by Somerville, 3-bet by Locke.
This is why on the Twitch live feed you say if you're going to raise to isolate, you don't make it 9 1/4, you make it 6.75.
And here it comes.
All right,
There it
Yes.
is.
200 each, boys.
Thank you. Now we're playing the game. The worst.
Wow, I had that beat.
Aren't you glad you stayed to take your big blind there?
Oh, yes. Oh, 1,600 yummy money.
I was gonna play with you.
That's
I was gonna shove if you folded.
This is more money. Think about this. This is more money. I can put in more when I have aces. I can put in more with top 2 pair.
Dan,
I
you're
can
in for
put in
200.
more with the straight flush.
Oh, that hurt. Oh my
That's the only
god.
hand you
You have a green in your black.
Wow, you had me
Yep.
beat too.
That's the only bad news in the hand. Did everybody pay me 200?
Yeah.
Not 2. Yeah, me too. You had you beat.
Nice hand.
Ah.
To remove any ambiguity in the collection process, if somebody rolls a deuce 7 out, don't throw the winner of the deuce 7 the money. The dealer
You
will
put it
collect
out.
200 from each player, and after the dealer collects the 16th, then you'll receive your.
I'm
deuce.
just throwing the money, Phil. I don't care what you say.
It's a lot, but it reduces chaos by a big factor. I know we're all trustworthy, good members of the gambling community. I'm
That's
just saying.
good enough then.
I hope so.
Just
I mean, considering we're the way
Playing on
this is set up. I hope so.
See Maria Ho opening here to
I no longer
250 with the Queen Jack suited.
I'm glad that the 7 deuce boosted your
That was
morale
worth
enough.
it. I already given you 200.
By the way, that was Jamie Staples
You've never been
folding
so happy to be
9-10 suited, as I see some people in the chat calling him a nit.
Jam.
Yeah, now one of us gets him.
I made a mistake. I should have bet the whole 5,000.
I really wish
I left the door open for Phil to call.
What if he moves all in? I would like to see what you do with your last 26.
I was deciding that I probably had to call.
How much did you raise me? He made it.
But I can't run it twice for the 200.
And I made it 9 1/4.
Right.
So he makes it.
Oh yeah, because you can't run it twice, so you chop, you lose, right? So you gotta
Right, you have to scoop.
Marie flops top pair is the
Deuce 7 has to
pre-flop
feel all the
razor,
pressure.
but she
Yeah.
decides to check. And Randy Lou
Nice hand, Mr. Helmut.
is going to bet Jack 8, and Dan O'Brien's going to raise him. And that might get Maria
Beat my top 2 with a set, Phil, for real.
off of the best hand.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, 5,000.
450 to 1,300. And she releases the best hand.
You actually.
But I mean, I
I
do
might
it
have
for
paused my
mine.
whole thing to have it by
But
canceling.
Randy Lou was not going anywhere. He makes the quick call.
Feel that pain. Feel that pleasure. You
Oh,
put in
feel that
925,
pleasure,
but
right.
you made, you would have been down. Instead, there you are.
Wow, do 7 hit again.
Basically the best hand in poker today, actually. In this game.
Did it cross your mind that Phil could have had do 7 there?
Check, check on the
Did it
turn.
cross through your
I
thought
thought he would
process?
bet more if he had.
We very well might see both these players check this one down here
Little.
for a tie.
He had queen.
Chop pot,
Felt like 50 wins.
and they do. Both of them grin,
The best
Okay,
versus
we'll
the
fold
best.
the winner.
and Maria folded the winner.
Some of us wear our emotions on our sleeves. I'm not sure who it is. But I'm really not sure who it is.
It's gonna be really hard to figure that out.
I think it's hard to figure out.
It's not obvious at all.
Again, we're here playing Poker Night in America, cash game, Twitch cash game. All these players Twitch out on a regular basis, with the exception of Phil Hellmuth. We're playing 25.50, $5,000 minimum buy-in to a $20,000 max. I'm Bart
Anybody watch
Hansen.
Inside Out?
We are here in Las Vegas.
cute.
We're sponsored by 888
The whole
Poker,
emotion.
DraftKings,
It's like a
Crush Live Poker,
adorable.
and also giant sunflower seeds.
Is it recent? I haven't heard of
Yeah,
So I think so, maybe.
it. Oh, okay.
super cute.
We've got Maria Ho,
Can you do it the Nickelodeon
Randy
Inside
Lou,
Out Boy?
Jason Somerville,
No, it has to do with like your emotions.
Dan
like,
O'Brien, Phil
your
Hellmuth,
emotions, and it takes you inside somebody's like brain.
Phil Locke,
It's really cute.
Scott Ball, Elke, and Jamie Staples.
Man, what a huge fan. Does he know about your support or no?
He replied on Twitter once.
I mean,
We started about like
Notice
pretty
me.
13,
it's pretty
34.
supportive. Yeah. It's a lot of support. Someone of your caliber to give someone else. You should really appreciate it.
There's so much we got. Like when you Twitch, it doesn't even.
Oh, here we go. This is like an all-in night, huh?
One day. Which one?
Another race. Bum,
Do you-
I just want to do it once
Alright,
because I
let's
lost to Dan. If I hadn't lost to Dan, then I would say 2 times.
All right.
So let's do it
Sounds good.
once.
One time here, I'll count it out in case you win.
Maximize the
But
pain.
Somerville and Maria Ho look like they're going to get it all in here. Tens versus ace queen.
Yeah, it's all thanks to Dan. So.
Psychic flow.
You're on the psychic flow
And
zone.
Maria Ho's going to need some help here.
So it's 1, 2, 3,
My
35,
accountant here will take care of this.
37 and
And
a
Jason
quarter.
Somerville is going to double through.
I would have much rather beat Dan than you, I will say, by like 3x.
Let's see how. Let's run the.
I love it.
I just wanna see.
Qualified 37 and a quarter. One more word.
I just want to see
Qualified
if
and-
your psychic flow is. Oh, the whole.
The whole board.
Oh, you want the whole board? Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
I don't feel it. Not happening.
Oh, that would have been even more of a sweat, but
Oh, you just did it. Well, you were insured. You could have run it once or twice.
I had
Psychic flow or
all
not,
the
you were
choices.
Just there.
I wish they had to run it 4 times option. Horrible, no.
I think that's illegal now.
Yeah, they
I
shut
know.
it
No, I
down.
know.
They shut
No
the-
longer an option.
We loaded on 1K chips still, ready for the break.
Especially right after.
Whenever they do it, I'm ready.
At least they kind of.
By the way, guys, don't do that again. Just
By the way, Dan, you.
That never should have happened.
Dan O'Brien quit. Okay, we're back on for 4. If that happened, somebody would text you just immediately.
Of course.
As soon as he,
I kind of want to text him that either way, if he leaves.
yeah, as soon as he,
Whether it happens or not.
as soon as he did,
He'd find out later.
that's when
Hello, guys. It's not going to be 9 and a quarter. It's going to be 2.
Just 2.
I don't have aces.
Just call.
So I'm not going to
Or
make it
7
9.
dudes.
70s, you would have heard it.
I would have heard about the 7
1250 for sure.
It's fun to just watch you learn as you get out here.
Yeah, I'm neural netting the game.
It's great.
You know? I might as well learn sometime. Might as well when I'm with the pros. See, I never play with pros, so it's an opportunity. No, this is embarrassing. But like, pros is an opportunity to sharpen your
some
game.
new tricks.
Somerville, who raised with pocket 6s pre-flops, flop quads here. 6, deuce, 6. And he's going to check to let some people catch up. No one really has any part of this. Wow, look at this. Phil Locke is going to call with king high. And Scott Ball's going to overcall here with ace high on this double pair board. River's a jack, and you got to wonder if you're Somerville, if you think someone's got a deuce here, or both players would have an ace. Possibly some other pair. Pot 16-25. Somerville, of course, is going to fire again. He bet 725.
725?
I thought I had him.
Pretty strong bet when Somerville bets into 2 people at the end here for Scott Ball to make this call.
I have quads.
But he is going to make the call.
Quads are good, for sure.
Wow,
That's
on
pretty
the-
He gets paid
Not
off.
even like the second.
I wanted to,
quad,
I left it
like
out there
the
for
nut
you.
quads.
That was a bet
Yes, the
designed
net
for
quads.
Phil Locke attack.
Something clicked. I was like, he might have me beat. Something clicked. Oh my God. Wow. I just listened to the internal sound. and it said, wait,
Just call, just call.
Business cards?
This is for
And
the
then somehow I called the river because he called. I thought maybe.
I never get any of the cool stuff.
I have one in my backpack. Would you
I
like
don't
one?
even have a shirt.
I was like, hope, especially you said to Dan that you had a nonsense hand, so I was like, could be something King Deucey. That was a mistake.
Have you had a TwitchCon before or no?
I love it.
So we don't know what
You
to
couldn't
expect.
lose on the turn. You still bet. That's really advanced there.
Yeah, I bet I was 275 because
I
I
don't know.
thought, you know,
There's
Phil Locke's
poker
live pro
tournaments we
senses
play.
go, he's got
I am
nothing,
a
I'm gonna raise
professional
it.
player.
He makes it 1,400, and I go, you
So,
got anything,
plan
Phil?
on
And then I
playing
call,
one of
and then I
those.
check on the river, and he bets 5,000. That was my design.
I'm a genius.
Maybe we can talk about TwitchCon.
Instead, he just called. He learned the lesson
Where
from the
and when
neural
is it?
netting, I think.
Yeah, I
today.
neural netted
Just
from the hand
call.
before, yeah.
Just call.
Flat.
Where and when is it?
San Francisco and the end of September.
We were racing before the
Yeah.
swap.
Same
It was a
weekend
nice little
as
race going on.
Maryland
Yeah.
Live WPT.
Nice little race post flop.
And same weekend as WQ main event.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
W
WQ.
main event.
By the way, Poker Night in
Oh, when's
America's
WQ?
next stop will be at the Turning Stone
Well,
Casino
one of
in
these years
Verona,
I'll
New
go to
York.
Canada.
One of
We're
these.
turning
Be
around.
live streaming the cash
Jones,
game on
right?
August 7th and
Wanna
on
get us started?
August 8th.
Yeah, we're
And Poker Night in America will be
Like
covering the
Vancouver
final
Island,
table
right? Jen's family
Yeah.
lives there.
So like, I
Of
want
the
to
Turning
get a
Stone
Stars
tournament
account.
there.
I know about establishing residency. I
And
read
then
thing on
the
homepage.
Seminole Hard Rock
You don't have to live there.
in
you just have to
Hollywood,
have a place where you-
California.
Yep.
Which I do.
Might be fun to do
We do,
that.
whatever.
I'm
And
supposed
then,
to do, some, you know, have you heard of the launch conference?
I've never done it. I would like to see. What if I played a scoop and did something, you
And I
know?
just spoke at
Potentially a
another,
thief.
just spoke at
You know
another
what we
big
should
tech
do
It'd be fun.
is maybe
but it was
invite
CEOs only.
one of the online
That was
internet
fun.
kids.
But I had them,
Teach me.
You know,
after I
it's-
finished my speech,
I don't know why.
they all
I'm not
rose
really
from
one
their
of them,
seats
but
with
I-
such
what I
energy.
really
Yeah,
wanted
there's
is
a
for you to
time
invite me to
I
hang
got
out.
it. Because
I'm
I
playing
told them,
Canada.
I told them the.
Well, my thinking would be I would
we talked
Twitch
about
whatever I
Depot,
did.
a bunch of other
You know,
stuff like that.
just, it'd be only for a week or two or however
It's
long
like
the
how
scoop
poker
is.
translates.
You know, you're the most in-demand person to be on Twitch, period, enter lifetime. So if you got
He invited me, but I promised him that, I promised you
You
that
would be-
when I go on Chicago Joey, I said, no, I gotta do him first. 'Cause
I promise, Phil, I promise.
The
That's
Empire
okay, you
State
do your own
Hold'em
thing
Championship,
independently, and then
August
be mine
7th
for
to
the first,
August 10th, the $1,100 main event. It's going to be filmed for television.
In my mind,
And then the
that's
Seminole
like
Hard
I
Rock
have to
Poker
stuff, but,
Open,
like,
the 15th to the 18th in Hollywood, Florida.
into the
And then the Twin Cities Poker Open from the 27th to the 31st at Canterbury Park in Shakopee, Minnesota. Those are the upcoming events for Poker Night in America.
I like the season. We have like 30 computers in our house right
25th and 26th.
Man,
now. Of September.
September, yes. I would like to go. Sounds awesome. There's so many
Might make it. I
things.
think I'll probably be in town though.
Can we set up a game?
We can see that Phil Locke has at least one pair here.
Like in
769 Rainbow.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Someone would have to be.
I can get a bunch of my billionaire friends to play. They would love that.
All right, I'll go.
I'll spectate.
It would be the same stakes except the games.
You know I have you beat, but you know I can't call. That's why you win the money, girl.
Well, looks like Maria Ho just
Why you
bluffed
do it?
Phil Locke out of the
You know I
pot.
have you beat, but you know I can't call. It's the perfect
I
time to
invited
put the money out there.
Teach billionaire.
Time to bluff.
Yeah. When they know. Even I know that she knows, I can still try. It's so perfect.
25-50, that's all we play.
She blushes and takes the money.
Is that your home game? She did it.
Huh?
You have a home game? Is it 25th too?
Yeah. just a fun game. Like, I mean,
I feel like I'm fun.
things get pretty
40%
out
limp
of control.
Just letting you know.
40%.
Like 40%
Someone won
limp.
150 the other day in the game.
I'm gonna learn this lesson from
5K
Phil Lock, the
behind.
reverse neural netting this direction. Let's see.
And we were all drinking because they have
Oh, yeah,
my
I've seen
friends
beers
have
in the
all
fridge
this
out
like
there.
really nice wine, so and the wine's like 5K a month, so you have to have a glass.
He lived in, under the gun,
Oh my god.
weekly.
Oh my god.
Look at Phil just abusing the fact that you basically told him you're
He
most
said he was
likely to sing
40%.
I told him.
I
I told
mean,
him. He knows this is the
you're-
top 40%
You
hand
just
right
abused the
Well, these guys have
information.
aces and kings. They're gonna wake up and punish, you know?
Good.
Maybe not for the set, so then.
Maybe I guess that.
I bet someone.
Well, Phil Lock just raised to 675 over the top of
This would be a
Jason
good top to have
Somerville's
aces from
Oh,
your
$50
window.
limp.
Just punish you first
Or
time
do
standing
seven
at a
flat
limp
like
and
you have eights.
just limp in.
13.5x.
It's a good spot for deuce
It
seven.
is.
2K to go.
Like you thought he was going to fold, Phil Lock?
And Somerville's going to
I thought
call,
he was
as
about
did Scott Ball
60%
with
to
King Queen
jam.
offsuit.
Liar.
And 40%.
We don't know what Somerville has, if he's got pocket eights or some sort of suited connector or
You lie to me,
ace-8
but I'm
suited.
outside the hand, but you lie to me. Can I tell him where you're lying?
He's got pocket eights.
That's a sensitive issue.
Scott Ball with the best of it here.
Don't worry, kid, I do crush.
Phil. No, you didn't.
Trying to hit a set against
No, not quite.
Okay.
Oh, that'd been awesome.
I was worried about that.
That would have been awesome. I like that. Yeah, just call the raise.
Just call and
Yeah,
fire
you
on
did,
the
yeah,
phone.
exactly.
2 overs again. We keep
Maybe
it
the best way to do it
Line.
is
That's a good line for sure, because now
I
people are
would've really
expecting
line. That's
I
not
would have
free
believed
flop,
that.
too.
I would
We
have
left the
definitely
nit one.
I had the 200 ready.
Maybe.
I think I was supposed to reopen.
Okay, wait, we did one round of 200s.
I thought you
Yeah.
were beating me though.
We actually went over.
What do you guys want to do?
All right, I object to no more 200s.
All right, cool. Take
Okay,
it away.
take it off.
I have to, I can only punish Phil Lock by making him play tighter.
Yeah, you have to make me play tighter, which I
Yep.
can't do, and therefore you
Dan,
punish
you want
me.
to put on the 200? I'll give you a quarter.
I can't do it.
I'll give you a quarter to put on 200.
So
I'll
hard.
give you
I'll give you a
$25.
quarter too.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
50 bucks.
done.
Okay.
That's live straddle on that one.
Wow. So it looks like
No, this is a live straddle, 200.
Yeah, live
yeah,
straddle.
in
Phil
this
said, let's
hand,
make it more patient. I'm immediately double straddle.
25, 100, 200 in this particular hand.
625.
Double straddle.
Aren't you glad they listened to you?
How can you prediction by making?
Don't you want to win efficiently, Phil? I don't want to wait forever to win.
Yeah,
trying
get
to
it
get
over
him
with.
Yeah, let's-
Grenade style.
Come on.
Yeah, but at least they don't have a good reason not to play tight. With the 200 ante or straddle, they have a good reason, right? I have to take their reason away from them.
Elke makes it
It
625
only
here.
costs you 150, whatever.
It costs you 150, yeah.
You guys are gonna cost me all the money.
Nice, you did. I think that's the design of the pork chop. Yeah, I think that's the design of it.
Pork chop.
That's how you get it. That's my favorite Twitch invention of the whole season. RAU pork on Twitch. That's right. Called pork chop.
Check here on the flop. Dan O'Brien out flopped
It actually came
Elke.
from one of my best
The
friends
7.
who used to play in a home game in Florida where they played pretty big stakes, and whenever
really
they
threw
lost,
pork chop at it?
no, they would say, "Oh, sorry, you lost that 10K pot," and give them like a quarter chip as a pork chop. They pork chop and give them a quarter, or something like that. Make them feel a
You
little
guys
better.
really saved me all the money, or you won me all of it.
Nice.
Hey.
What could it have been? What could it have been?
Queen of diamonds.
And you can see how tight Elke's playing. Doesn't even really stab at the board and then just folds the bet there by O'Brien.
Diamonds or 6?
Could have been. We'll see it in what, 15 minutes? Or we won't. Is that
No,
on?
yeah, no one's
We're
no
live
one-
now, I think. I think we're live
We're
now.
not,
right?
we're
no
not
one's- no one-
looking.
no one's been watching though. We were supposed to do
unless
a no
someone
watching.
tweets it though.
Oh, we did that? I wasn't watching either
Yeah,
way. I
we-
didn't
we all
know.
kind of said we weren't going to watch, but
September 25th. Yeah, I really want to go now.
Well, that's on you.
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot. I don't know. I've
All
traveled
the
so
cool
much
kids are
already.
gonna do it though.
I would
We'll
love
see
to
how
go.
I am after Burning Man. I might be just dead.
You might
I
be.
might not make it.
Oh, when is
I
that?
think Phil Locke should go to TwitchCon
First
too.
week of September.
TwitchCon probably gonna pass. I mean, if it's in LA, maybe I'd go.
150.
Where is it?
San Fran.
7.
Oh, I love San Fran.
Uh-oh.
Reason to go.
Phil Hellmuth's made it 700. We only saw one card. Dan O'Brien's got
Look at what he
deuces.
wanted, the
Hellmuth has a
unstraddled
deuce.
on
I'm going to
and
imagine that he's got 7 deuce.
Not
That's
is
just
it. The
me
conditions are right.
deducing, making a logical leap that he's going to have 7 deuce here. He already showed the 7 deuce once.
I think I have 70.
Very unlikely that he has the other deuce here.
I mean, part of me just wants to fold so that you win less than you would have if you just opened an anti-pot. But
Oh, right.
no.
Hellmuth lost a big pot with deuces against 7 deuce against Maria Ho a couple hours ago.
You've been fairly unlucky today.
You haven't exactly been running great yourself, by the way.
Well, clearly I'd have all the money if I were running even mediocre, right?
Or if you ran it once.
Yes.
Deducing he's got the 7 deuce.
I
Well,
tried.
O'Brien's going to call here. Wow, the case deuce on the flop. Well, we know Hellmuth doesn't have deuces. And now Dan O'Brien's got deuces full.
Yes.
Go back onto that.
On the-
Feeling good now?
I'm feeling like it's time.
Psychic
If it's
flows
not going to let
back.
straddle, then we're
The
having
question
something
is, will Hellmuth get to showdown with 7 deuce? I think you have to win the pot, though, to win to get the bounty. Yeah, you do have to win the pot. There's no way he's win this pot. Well, if Hellmuth has ace deuce, that's gonna be yeah, there's the 7 deuce. Oh, he's gonna raise Dan O'Brien here. Oh wow, he's raising him,
Players all-
and Dan O'Brien quickly moves all in.
That was nice.
Hellmuth doesn't get to show down the 7 deuce.
Button's good.
Ace 9 off.
You really give me a lot of credit, Phil. Although we had
And here we go with some more chips. There you go. Lock at 43,000. Dan O'Brien now probably up to somewhere
You guys
over
make that deal,
24,000.
I would, but
Hellmuth at 2,500, and I'd imagine it might be a little bit even lower than that now. Somerville just over about 10,000. But Phil Lock, the big winner, over $23,000, starting with 20,000.
Why does he always have it against me? Fuck. I show him jacks, he has kings. I show him queens, he has ace queen. So now it's ace ace. He's just dead every hand, bro. This is nice to be this good, though.
And again, there is a 7 deuce bounty in this game, which is why
If the whole cards are
uh,
like this, the whole time can the
Hellmuth
machine figure out the two
re-raised with
cards,
that
or
hand.
they need to be
Everybody
spread?
pays
I think it's around
$200 to someone that wins with 7 deuce.
Wow, first walk.
This is why we put in
I
ante.
must be playing with power poker. Oh, this would be sick if I had 7 deuce.
Seven
I win.
deuce.
I should. I win the
Yeah,
pot.
yeah.
Yep, you would have won.
You would've won.
Yeah, so close.
That would have been extremely painful.
Yes, that would have been super. But he was going to fight no matter what. If somebody raises, he's fighting with 2-7.
Yeah, of course.
So,
But he's 100% guaranteed to win.
right.
People need to
Yeah,
block,
you
whereas
can't
the other
doubt.
way, people might
Yeah.
fight that.
You have some equity to get him down. Carry over.
Man,
Butt moves over here to Phil Lock, the big winner here so
just
far
on.
tonight.
Yeah, until one of us says.
So one of us clicks again.
Glad you guys are joining us here for this 25-50, sometimes 100 straddle game.
150. Raise.
Scott Ball going to bring it in here for to 150 with pocket kings.
Raise. 550.
wow. The heat. I really wish we had
And here we go, 7 deuce again. So people were complaining that Jamie Staples was playing like a nit with 9-10 suited, but he's going to try to get the bounty. But unfortunately, it's not going to work for him either, because Scott Ball's got kings. Now Jason Somerville calls behind with pocket 10s.
It's on Scott. Come on.
That is all in for about 1, 2, 3, 4.
And it's going to get back around here to Scott Ball, and he's just going to end it. He's going to move all in And Staples is just going to save a little bit of face here. Yep, he was bluffing with the 7 deuce. And you can see how much action that little game adds to this. Just that $200 bounty. Back over here to Jason Somerville. Scott Ball's played pretty close to the vest the entire day. Really tight. And I think that Somerville's going to probably not take much time with it. Wow, he called. I thought he was going to... He didn't actually think about it too long and called. I thought that he was going to take a lot more time with it than that. But, called rather quickly. And he's in bad shape here.
I think you made a good decision.
So here we go to the flop, and it sounds to me like they're going to run it twice here. So Jason Somerville is going to need some help. He's going to need to catch a 10.
All right, number 2.
And here we go with the second run. Again, he's going to need to catch a 10 here. He's got 2 outs.
6,000.
Scott
65 and a quarter.
Ball here is going to double through. Started with 65 and a quarter.
Oh wait, I went black on the top though, but not the bottom, or do we do both?
Well, it started over just over, 110 big blinds.
Yeah. So we
And he opened for a raise, got 3-bet and 4-bet all in, and I thought Jason was going to take more time with that, but he quickly called. Somerville maybe thought that he had ace-king, and Ball played tight pretty much the entire day.
All right, I'm gonna need
Picks up
another
over
5
a
when they bring that over.
$14,000 pot right there.
I was like, you can have ace king. All right, let's flick it in there. Run the cards.
As Jason says,
Days
he
of
could have
direct
ace-king.
Did you really have 7 deuce? You would have won the second
Direct
board.
guy, he's going to be like, why not do this?
You crushed the second board.
He's got his scoop
I get
right?
number 8 pro.
Mr. Twitch, Scott Ball from the Bay Area takes it down.
You would not have gotten the bounty.
Yeah, no. I would have won half though.
Yeah.
Always gamble.
I just don't know about that.
That was an Eddie full game.
I know.
And you can just see Phil Hellmuth, he's just still kind of steaming over there.
Dreams of bluffing.
Oh, yeah, and then Jason ruined it by
3%,
calling
I don't know. Because the thing is, if I go to that, I want to go to Barcelona, and I don't feel like going to both.
I mean, you want to bluff me too.
So much on,
You want to bluff
and I'm on the road. I love LA. I just want to do it.
It's only like a 4-day.
Again, here we're playing 25-50 with an optional straddle to 100.
There's a 25K.
Poker Night in America, Twitch cash
And the
game.
best part is that it starts with antes.
Oh my God.
Brought to you by 888 Poker, DraftKings,
The Florida.
Crush Live Poker,
With
Giant Sunflower Seeds.
Just like.
Wow, that's huge. That's the way, when I started playing tournaments, I was like, why don't they just do that? That's correct poker. That's good poker.
It's the best. And that's why I'm like, they guarantee all this money. I just want to go support them. I don't want to support Savage because I don't want them to run this tournament and have it flop. And then it's like, oh, we shouldn't do this. Like, no, this is what you should
Here we go again, 7 deuce.
Antes, insta antes.
It's the antes, no nonsense.
Scott Ball raises with pocket threes.
It's like,
Jason
let's get
Somerville
it
now
right instead of just having to sit
3
there.
raises with 7 deuce.
During the World Series, I showed up for an event on time. For
Insurance? 25?
When
And this time, Somerville's going to win it.
There we go.
I didn't even you didn't give me enough time. For
I
the
know.
insurance.
That's
That was really
why.
the story.
That's why
I
he
didn't
had
really
it.
want to. I
Didn't
just
want
offered
to
it
give
very
us more
kindly.
time.
And then there you go.
So he's going to get 200 from each
There you
player.
go, yeah. I was
Yeah, I
like,
tweeted
yeah,
like, when are we
take
just gonna get rid of non-anti tournament poker altogether?
Right.
And
Did you get
Savage
that?
replied.
6K
Well,
down,
Jack said, we
1,500
already do
up.
in one of my tournaments, like the 100K. It's like, okay. But then Savage was like, we are in August. I was like, no way, that sounds great. So, are you
I
guys
just
going
gave
that
up
or
on
no?
that dream a long
Florida
time
5
ago.
million or no?
No. I want you though, man. It sounds
They're
awesome.
guaranteeing for 2,000 players. That's a
Fine.
third of the main event.
First time,
They
7
might not
deuce.
get that.
Look down at a 7. I'm like, deuce.
I mean, I hope they do, but I'm okay if they don't.
That would be the second year in a row that they
Perfect
missed
timing too.
tournament.
Just get stacked and like, all right.
Well, they're not up against you guys.
All right,
so
yeah.
there's that.
Right. They learned who won that.
Might get more action now.
Yeah, actually,
Gotta
I guess it'd be
represent,
bad.
sorry.
Let's see how Nitty Staples playing.
I'd
Oh,
love to go to
King
both.
Jack
I
of
really wanna
diamonds
go
under
to
the
the
gun.
I
It's
want
muck.
you to go. I
Five,
was
I can
gonna
like really
work that
show
out.
me, obviously. I
Um,
think.
Are you involved with
I would
the
really
Choctaw
love to go.
tournament?
I would. But
Yes, I,
but I think I have
for
to
the
take,
last 5 years.
That's the one, okay.
Oh, that's the
I
one
have
in
to take the
Choctaw.
Burning Man.
In Factorville at Windstar. You're 100% going to Burning Man now?
I mean, I don't know anything about it. All I know is that Waxman texted me and said, hey, you have a spot. I said, okay, lock it up. So whatever percentage that is. Because you never know with Waxman, right? It can
Insurance
so
again?
bad.
One time?
No, it's impossible.
It's impossible. It's impossible. Oh, you're so close. I pushed it way too fast. You had it in your hand. I could have made a quarter. Oh my god. God, I gotta balance my insurance timings like a little bit.
Insurance timing.
So we're going to play for at least another 6 hours here tonight, and then all day tomorrow.
I'm gonna play until there's nobody left to play.
Well,
Which
Phil
I
Locke's
guess
going to
I'm
play
doing.
until...
This is a
gonna
man with
bust
the Guinness
everybody.
Book of World Records record. I think
I mean,
he's
I might
going
quit
to
if
be the
it's
last
like,
person
if it's
standing.
Elkie and me heads up, I might just quit, because I have a feeling he'd crush me in heads
We have
up.
the psychic flow. I mean, things are right.
I don't think that's gonna be enough against
You
the...
can't win heads up if you're just folding over there. Did you see that king's fold?
Yeah, what was that all about?
People are gonna think it's good because he was right, but it's terrible.
It's terrible.
That's what we face out. I make 8 million genius laydowns. They're right. I'm right. And still, from the internet, oh, that was a horrible fold, though.
Phil Locke is
I had to invent
widening
the
his
term
flat
white
calling
magic
range in
just
this
to
particular
describe to
hand.
these guys what I was doing. They didn't get it.
Somerville
I'm like,
opens
why did
for
you
a
fold ace
raise.
king? I knew he had aces. But
now
why
we
did you
get it.
fold ace king? I knew he
Now
had
we
aces.
understand
But
it.
why did you fold ace king? I knew he had aces. And then they show on the replay he had aces. And everybody's like, what happened?
Depositing
Like, it's just
1,000
white
to your
magic.
account here.
So now you folded, you were the third best, you made a great fold that none of them can understand, that none of them can even make, and they made fun of it. Welcome to my life, you know? I mean,
Dan O'Brien's got the best of it here with
I go
King
deep
Queen.
every tournament, all they do is
Every
say,
time I see you on TV, someone else, there's only one guy on the table standing.
And he's going to take it down.
it's usually about right.
It's true.
Yeah, it's usually about
That's when he's lucky.
Every time you play,
Mostly nobody understands.
In a game like in these cash games, usually nobody understands it. Elkie happens to be here, so he gets it.
You're lucky.
Dan's getting close to understanding it. Give him some credit.
Thank you.
Nobody else
we had
does.
a
You only had
before.
5K left, right? Nobody else does.
Give him 10 years and maybe you understand.
Maria would at least wait. She would wait. She would wait 1 full minute before she called with the kings. But the rest of them zip, 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 zip. Would have been in there so fucking fast.
Guys, why are we so bad? Gosh.
It's not that they're bad. There's a lot of great players out there, but
There's just tears of
There's a lot to
greatness.
fold,
you just have to understand white magic. You just have to have the reading ability to understand. What would Phil slam it in there with on a 9-7-4 flop?
Yeah, I need that shirt. What would Phil do?
Yeah, that's a good shirt. We're selling a lot of those shirts.
I bet you are. I was,
They went crazy.
I was
But
hoping
how do you
mine was-
differentiate? Because there's so
I
many
fold.
fills that are,
Yeah, it could be a lot of fills.
I think you need a little more of a differential.
Just the fact that you've suggested that there might be other fills on Phil Hellmuth's level is just like.
I got 40 or...
Yeah, just maybe a visual.
I just meant that there were other well-known fills.
We're gonna flip flop
He
right
doesn't
now.
even know what to say.
moment of
Is she serious? Someone tell me she's serious.
I feel like you're going to win this one. I have a bad feeling.
Haven't heard from Randy Lou in a while. He opens with ace-10 here, and Maria is going to call in the big blind with jack-8 of clubs, and Randy makes a continuation bet, and he's going to take it down.
Sam and Maria.
Your profit is 4 net
Always
cat.
drink here.
That's true. I specifically asked for them to have a huge bottle of Tito's vodka, which is excellent.
And I had rum. There's rum here too.
And nobody's been drinking.
Here we go. We're going to take a look here at our chip count again, as you can see, and Hellmuth is nursing the short stack here. Again, we're playing 25-50, sometimes with a straddle to 100.
Does it taste
And he's chosen not to
I
rebuy
honestly don't
here.
understand how they're giving it away.
24.50.
It's like if you go to Sam's Club,
Sam's not playing.
it's cheaper
Jamie
than
Staples at
Sam's Club.
52.50. Somerville,
I feel okay
just under
I feel okay
10,000
serving
now.
people. I don't get embarrassed.
And again, Phil Locke just crushing souls.
Yeah, Tito seems good.
Over 40,000.
But vodka in general, it's like you always, I mean, at least me, like any shot of vodka, like I get like the shiver after.
I hate
can't be like,
shots of
I
vodka.
can't man up and just like pretend it doesn't affect me. It's like, yeah, I can,
Straight
like, I'll look
vodka
at you
is
straight
like
face.
pretty awful.
Yeah, I'll look at you straight face for 30 seconds. You're like, wow, this guy no reaction, and then you'll just like see the shimmy. Just can't help it.
Oh, Helmy's gonna open here to 150. And
I don't even want to know about it.
Jamie Staples got ace queen. He's gonna make it 400. Now we just looked at the
It's way too good.
chip count
Sounds
Some, like,
really good.
tropical flavor Red Bull.
graphic, and Hellmuth is extremely
This can
short.
happen here.
He only started
And wait, and what,
with
and
about
this-
45 big blinds, so you'd imagine that Staples is just 3-betting to get it in with Hellmuth here. And now Randy Lou, with the ace-jack of diamonds, he might take that play away. And he's got the worst hand here. He's going to 4-bet. He's 4-betting with the worst hand. You know, you would have thought maybe Hellmuth was just going to comfortably get it in with Staples, starting with 2,400. So 150 to 400, 150 with eights to 400 with ace queen to 975 with ace jack of diamonds. And is Hellmuth going to gamble and get it in
Game's
here?
gone a little, it's a little playing a little tighter now. So I wanted to take off the hat. I don't need to dodge and weave through the trees right now. It's just.
But
80
Staples
solid.
started with 100 big blinds, and Lou has him covered.
Those are definitely like the sickest.
So this 4-bet could easily get Staples off the hand if Hellmuth folds.
Those are pretty sweet.
Phil always has really sick eyewear in
They wouldn't
general.
let him wear the.
That's his thing.
I like eyewear and t-shirts.
Yeah.
Wow, Hellmuth
The one thing I need
calls.
more of that I have very little of,
And
I
that
only have 4
also
pair of
brings in
pajamas, and I feel like
Staples.
that needs to be like 12.
Yo, but if you're gonna wear them as.
And all of a sudden we see a pot of
Right, that's what the problem is. I keep running, I'm
$3,000
like, well, this
here
is my favorite pair, but it's, I need more.
with very, very shallow stacks behind.
Especially if you're.
Plus, that's less
pajama
laundry.
freaks.
And everybody
But then
kind of
if you buy
misses.
favorite one, so that's kind of sick.
I like
If you have
flannel
too many
though.
and then you only have one favorite, you're not gonna
Right.
feel very good when you don't.
Right.
If you only
I
have
need to
one,
have
it's like my
4
favorite because it's the
strong.
only one I have, and then you feel like
Yeah.
really powerful. The
Right.
psychic flow is like.
Yeah, you want to keep the psychic flow balanced. You want to have 4 very strong, you know,
And who's going to win this
jam
one?
aware.
Everybody checks.
Hey, you win this one.
Thank you. Look at that. See, that's the automatic value right there. Didn't even have to worry about it.
Right, yeah, it's built into the game.
Built in.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I don't think that Randy Lou expected to get flat called with Hellmuth's stack size and with Stapes' stack size behind him for that 4-bet pre-flop. I mean, the pot's almost 3,000. Hellmuth only has, he's got less than a pot size bet left.
And do you know what we're in for?
You won
You know
all
what
the
we're
races.
15,000 for, you think?
The ace king race.
Is this going to get checked down and Hellmuth's going to win it with eights the whole way? The river's a 6.
You're out.
Well, you know, now that Lou has checked, you wonder if this is just going to get checked down. I mean, I think if it gets checked over to Staples, he'll probably check it back. But I don't. Yeah, Hellmuth's going to check, and Hellmuth's going to win it.
Ship it, boys.
There it is.
Still home a pocket ace. Taking the money. And we have a reason to celebrate other than all that. COTT and LCOT. I'm still celebrating that. So money.
Keeping it automatic, what do you think about me taking black threes and you taking red deuces only in the middle as a 1K credit?
I'm in.
Okay, red deuces, black
In the
threes,
middle, as a bonus.
unsleepable, unsleepable. So as long as it's there and we catch it reasonably, then that's it.
Yeah, like,
one
yeah,
K
and you have
bonus.
to tell the other guy if he wins.
Of course, yeah.
And only in the middle.
Only in the middle. You have red deuces, I have black threes. This is how it begins. Then we'll add like 16 other ones, and then it'll be. Then I'll be happy.
Pyramid of pain.
The pyramid of pain. That's right.
Look at this.
Blind versus blind poker. This is
I don't know what
weird.
to do here.
I don't
It's
know.
weird.
Should we chop it? Or how that works?
I don't know if you can, if it's, yeah, I guess you could chop. Do whatever you want.
No, we're not doing it.
Neither of us are choppers.
Yeah.
Neither of us are blind choppers here.
So much fun to play blind against blind.
Yeah. Seems like
Why would you
chopping
wanna
is
stop that?
Way too much fun.
bad. Oh. You are
Blind
up,
versus
don't give me
blind,
that.
and
Really, we think
limp in here from Randy Lou.
I just lost $1,000, so
Well, you got.
I'm gonna get a little
Jason
15
Supplement
back.
flops
come
top
this
pair, and
way,
I'll take it down.
No, it would have been a sweat. Black, I did black threes.
Oh,
black
right,
deuces,
and I have
red
red
deuces.
deuces. Oh, yeah, thank you
Right,
for the
yeah.
clarification. Oh,
Yeah.
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 Would have lost faith in humanity if those two guys would have chopped in
Well,
the
we're doing
blinds
honor
in a,
codes.
in a
props.
non-rake
Honor
game.
code props,
You can't
right.
get
So
edged
it's
by
completely
sleeping.
zero
Yeah.
EV. That's a significant edge because if you sleep like 2 props per session,
All right,
that's a
I
significant
can't do non, I have to have sleep.
It has to be sleep-proof. Sleep-proof props.
Pocket eight's, huh, Helmut? You just got there, held, you were wanting the nine to tidy
Checked
things
it
up.
down. Pretty much was convinced they both had ace queen and still checked it down. Good play, Phil.
Is that
Power
right?
poker.
Ace queen too? Oh.
Sure. Side by side on top of each other. I'm not lying.
I believe ace high, he showed ace queen.
Honestly, and I mean, now we know the answer, but I think you were giving him too much credit. He had like
I believe it.
total horseshit.
I believe that too.
2 unders most likely.
That's why I didn't fold eights.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Four bet.
Hanging out.
Oh, some
Should've
good magic.
jammed
There.
it,
Good
though.
magic.
I should have jammed them.
Should have jammed it. Would've won a little bit more.
Of your future business in Eclipse Universe is affected by you going to this?
I thought about jamming.
conference versus
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do W Coop instead, just because I've not finished the main event for any of the online seasons. So I wanna finish stars.
Oh, you didn't get
Again, I'm here monitoring the chat. I've got this
because of the California stuff.
lovely lady here next to me too that's monitoring, sitting next to me,
Top 5.
monitoring the chat here as well. And it is
He's
funny, the
dedicated
Twitch
to the
chat.
higher level
And
craft
you
of
can tweet me
poker.
at Bart Hansen
Yeah, I have to. I want
as well if you questions,
Yeah,
comments,
I don't like
concerns.
the idea of like
Gonna be
going back
here
and
for
forth
another
in a
6
day.
hours
It's
here
too much
tonight
travel for
and
me, it's too
tomorrow.
much-
Apologize for the
But
technical
what if we go
difficulties that we
Finish
had
out the,
a little bit earlier, but we're on
What about
point
the
now.
fans?
Cards,
well,
the,
great news is it's gonna be a run it up
table
event in
audio.
October.
Oh my
So,
god, you're competing.
People can come to hang out in my event in
God,
October.
You're the sickest. Where's
Yeah.
that going to be? Oh, please, tell us all about
It's
your
like,
event.
oh, I mean, I haven't announced it yet. Am I gonna do it right now? Is that what I'm gonna do?
No, get it
You
going.
gotta-
Do it.
you gotta
Do
just
the right
wait.
announcement.
Yeah, you gotta do it right.
He's got so much stuff going on, he has to time it
Sorry,
down.
Twitch chat lady.
That is big.
I haven't had
You
this
can
big
announce the
thing.
date, you're gonna announce it though. At least do that.
Announce the date, you're gonna
Announce
announce
the
it.
date,
I
you're
didn't
gonna
do it.
announce
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
announce
I have
the
an
date,
announcement
when are you
coming.
gonna
That's
announce
what
it?
people
Well,
do.
the other thing is like, because there's no audio on Twitch, that I can just say whatever I want, because by the time it airs on TV, it's gonna probably be all over.
Oh.
So I'm only announcing it to you guys.
See
So
Randy
it's
actually,
less-
Randy
I'd
Lou
love for
just
you all to come,
opened
though,
ace king
but-
there, and Somerville
Maybe
just
Dan
folds
will
ace jack
come,
from
I
out of
think, then.
position.
And Scott might come.
If I'm in
Which
your
to
event,
some
Yeah,
people
then-
might seem nitty, but you know, from out of position against a good player, I have no problem with that at all.
Oh, you can talk about it, but they can't hear. So yeah, we're doing it at Peppermill in October. October 20th to 25th.
If I'm not in
Run it up Reno, number 1.
Or,
In Reno?
where would I be?
Yeah.
Malta's in October.
If I'm
Yeah,
not in
it actually
Malta,
conflicts with Malta.
but not, it's after Berlin.
Oh, darn.
It must be Berlin.
Yeah.
Malta's a
Yeah.
good place
Oh
to go.
darn.
Yeah, it's so good. I
Yeah.
love
Not as fun as Reno.
Malta? You love Malta?
You like Malta?
I love Malta.
Really?
Yeah. The first time I was in
You don't like
Malta.
it? You didn't like it, you said, right? No, Malta's
I was in
great.
Malta
I
in
love
like
it there.
1989, and then when I went back 22 years later, it was completely changed. Back then, it was only Dragon Hour was a casino. It was the only place you could play.
So I want a red deuce in the
It's not
middle.
that I didn't like
You want
it.
a red
I was
deuce
just
in
there
the
for
middle.
way too long.
So if you have a
I
red
had
deuce,
trouble
if you have 2 red deuces, you should
eating
just
on
fold.
down that I actually like would settle in my stomach well. And I was there for 2.5 weeks, and it's hard to go 2.5 weeks without ever having like a real meal.
And 2 black threes, you should limp.
Couldn't find
Definitely
anything
guaranteed to see a flop.
And the stuff that I found that was healthy, like I found a sushi restaurant that everyone talked about. Just did not settle with me at all. And I love sushi.
And we got, looks like a blind versus blind scenario here once again. Lock against Dan O'Brien. 7-8 of diamonds versus ace queen.
It was just, if, the food, if I could find food that I
Phil Lock has flopped an open-ended straight draw.
next time I go there.
Connection is bad. I guess it's
And he's checked it, and it went check, check. Turn is a jack. Check, check again here. And the river is an 8. And Dan O'Brien now has rivered the nut flush.
It's Google images, you know? It's like,
Well, he's rivered the ace high flush here.
When I lived in Southern California.
Very interesting that Lock never put in any money in that pot, flopping. Flopping an open-ended straight draw. And Dan O'Brien here has raised Locke's bet here. And Phil goes to fake him out, bet and a raise. And
Is that a bastard hand? Can I see one card?
and Dan
You'll see it.
Dan shows the offsuit queen.
You'll see in 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes late.
I had the best hand then, huh?
Yeah, he just tried to bluff you. The maniac that's called Three River. Good read, Phil. You really understand the way other people view you.
I'm not on my A game right
That's
now.
not even white magic. That's just stone cold deductive reasoning. Have you heard of that, deductive reasoning?
This is like the sickest healthy comedy I've ever heard.
Wow.
That was a pretty good line there.
Like really good, all levels.
Because you don't hang out with me.
No, I'm not saying it's rare. I'm just saying I think it's like the best. I really like
Best? No,
It's great wording, not a wasted
reaching for
word.
everyone, man.
It's
You
timely.
know, so many TV words, and she's the best he's ever said.
Some of my favorites. Some of my
man.
favorites are "If you bluff me, I say good bluff, kid." That's a great Phil Hellmuth line. One of my favorites right there.
Maybe.
So Scott Ball's going to open here with 5-7 of clubs.
Queen of diamonds.
We're going to
I
see
didn't have the ace of
it
hearts.
3 ways here.
You didn't have it.
Did you have the extra
Shocker.
four? Yeah.
I didn't have
That was
that.
pretty sick four. That was a pretty sick four.
Well,
there.
Not a
Maybe
bad
second nuts,
flop
but I
here
still
for
would've put the
5-7
money.
of clubs. 7-6 deuce with a couple of clubs.
Almost the deuce, but no.
I'm taking 1,000 back to 3.
I wanted the 10-7 of hearts. I
And
couldn't.
he'll bet and is going to take it down.
I know you don't have the 10-7.
Much better at the PLO thing. That's
Because we
where
showed
my
the queen
skill
of
really
diamonds. So
shines.
I
You
could
get your
maybe
root for
just
cards.
bet the-
That's yeah.
I'm sick.
I'm rooting for the break so I can get back to the PLO flip. That's where I'm at right now.
I didn't even know those were
Okay, I
using
offer
those.
you another variant. You can decline though if you don't feel pressure into saying yes. So I'm offering you the triple red, triple black 1K bonus.
Okay.
So 2K for triple red, 2K for triple black, 1K for red deuces for you, black threes for me,
got
and
it.
1K for black. Okay, cool.
We're in.
But like, they don't really need.
I will reload if need
cards.
be.
Someone
I have
can
no
use them for
Whatever.
occasional viewing.
I'm not worried about that. I was just wondering how I was doing in lifetime.
I think you're climbing when you get your whole card, climbing back.
B-roll,
2K times.
pure
since,
production.
You could now win 4K if it comes
one
all
of the-
red
one
with
of
a
the
good deuce in the middle. You'll just
Yeah,
get it.
that's. How much does that? It's one for the flush.
One for the flush, two if it's 3 of a color, and then 1 extra bonus for the deuce in the middle.
Oh, it's 2 for if you get
So
3 of a
it's
kind.
an extra 1K
Oh, wait,
for
okay.
3 of a color.
Diamond, red is diamond,
yeah,
diamond,
3
heart, no
red.
good.
So that's
Well, we can see one of Maria's Ho's cards. She's got a 7. If she's got 7 deuce, she's got 2 pair. Elkie with king
Diamond,
queen.
heart is only a 1K,
got at
but it
least
has to
top
be diamond,
pair.
diamond, diamond, or heart, heart,
See if
heart.
she
No,
shows
I'm
it
saying all 3 of the
for the
same color.
bounty.
So I'm saying
Okay.
diamond, heart is
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I
So
thought.
color.
Nope.
Okay, 3 color.
If you want, we can
7-5
add
of hearts.
but-
Lots of suited connectors flopping top pair and a flush draw.
Let's do that.
Okay, so
Okay, so-
1K for all red. Okay,
And here
so
we go
1K
again
for
with the chip
majority
count. So
red.
Locke
2K for all red.
lost about 1,500 on that little bluff. Dan O'Brien doing well for himself now too.
So you can win 1, 2, or 3 if you win.
Right, but if you have the red
He's
deuce in
up
the middle,
over
then it should be
13,000.
4K max. total.
Correct. 4K max. Yeah.
Scott Ball quietly
I'd
having a
like to
nice
see you
little
guys
day
just
too.
play off the table, though. That's more
We
fun.
do. We are.
On the
It's on
table,
the floor.
I mean. Play on the
Oh.
table.
Oh, it's down there.
It's on the floor right now.
It's on the floor.
Because it could really like
Is this my
affect
card?
swings and people would be tilted more. Like,
Yeah, that's
Bolts.
I think it's hard for them to keep
and
track
if
of
Phil
the
Locke
stacks.
lost
I just don't wanna have, like,
15,000
1K.
straight
The
teams,
problem
he
is-
would be so panicked.
It might sound crazy, but the only thing I do really super duper keep track of is the flip money. I like to know exactly where it is, whatever. This way I
This
know.
one you don't care about so much.
This is gamble money. It's different. Flip money, I want to know what's happening.
It's like grinding.
The grind money is different. It's an
Flip money.
infinite pile, but the flip money I want to know. That's how you find out if you're lucky or not.
Wow. That was such a great spot for you. You don't even know. I folded the deuce of hearts and another heart. So that was a great equity value there.
Shoved in.
Yeah.
Okay, J-Car, you're black.
I was black, yeah.
You folded a bunch of my cards.
I probably should have limped just to punish you. If I was really, I probably equity
Oh, maybe,
valued
yeah.
there.
Just to look at a flop.
Yeah, let's
Just look at a flop. I had a limpable hand. I would have limped. I learned my lesson.
You limped, we would have seen a flop. Maybe I would punish you there.
Some people
Yeah, you
asking
could've
who are
exactly
new in the chat, is this a cash game, not a tournament? Yes, this is a cash game. You can rebuy at any time. It's a $5,000 minimum, up to a $20,000 maximum. The blinds do not move. If you've ever watched poker on TV. Most things on TV are tournaments, except Poker Night in America is a cash game on television. And this is usually how professional poker players make their living, in cash games, not in tournaments. So you can get up whenever you want, come in whenever you want. There's no set schedule. Raise here from Scott Ball out of the small blind.
Don't they know that we limp with ace-7 of diamonds and stuff like that, like you did earlier, and king-10 suits?
Scott can have everything from deuce 7 up to aces, and I know that.
Lockett limped in
I'll
with
black
King Jack,
2K from you.
That's
Just
correct. Go
FYI.
ahead, pull it.
Okay.
and he's gonna flop the best hand here.
On check.
Check, check, and Scott Ball gets a free card, kind of a reverse free card, and he hits the best hand here on the turn. And he'll bet, and he'll take it down.
Oh, I faded the deuce 7. I had to fade the deuce 7. That felt good. You know, there's that second where I'm just like, just don't show the deuce 7.
That was the second time I reached to potentially pay for deuce 7.
It felt deuce 7-ish. He knows I don't have an ace. He knows I don't have a jack or a 10.
Yeah, maybe he just had nothing. He wasn't to deuce 7.
There you go.
Yeah, that's fine.
I played tight and bad, whatever, who cares?
Did you win the flip though?
No,
No,
I lost
he
everything.
got punished too, all black.
Drilled right down the line. Phil sweetens.
There's that tight range again, that tight raising range of Phil Locke,
A raise is like 900. Sweeten is.
opening the 8 deuce suited from up front.
And I check.
O'Brien and Helmuth. Helmuth calling with ace-9 offsuit in position, really widening that range up.
300.
Jack 5-3. And wow, Phil takes a stab at it here with ace-9. And Locke's going to check raise with deuce 8 and a quick fold. Is he going to show? No, it doesn't even show.
Or just have that.
Wow.
Oh, that cheese flow.
Probably a bluff. Good bluff, though.
Probably a bluff.
I'm
Well,
not bluffing now.
Helmuth's-
I gotta win some money before. I can
Helmuth's
bluff.
read is correct.
I had a big ace. I should have checked. Or bet 800. Every time I bet small, you raise. I didn't figure that out till now.
He said he's true. Every time he bets small, he raises.
I would have just called for 800. I would not have raised. It's true. If he bets 800, I call. I don't raise. It's true. Maybe he turns an ace. Maybe.
Locke's going to open here with ace-3 of diamonds.
The 1-5's been flying around all day.
He's trying to get us.
Ace-6 of hearts, Helmuth calls. Elke in there with 7-8 of diamonds. And Jamie Staples on the button here with ace-king offsuit. He's not that deep. And he's going to move it in. He's going to move it all in right here on the button.
The deuce 7 game's playing with my head right now.
And Locke says the deuce of 7 game's playing with his head. But he's going to give Staples some credit there. Makes the right fold.
show us. Don't show us.
Oh, thank you. If he shows do 7, I'm sick. But if he
No, I
doesn't,
really thought you
I
had
think I make good full.
You should probably shove it, but do 7 though, too. Don't you think?
I would have. That's why I almost called. But I had hand. I could beat kings sometimes.
I
with
hope,
my
I wish you would have deuce 7. I hope I can read it and just snap call you there. That's what I hope.
playing
But I
triple
might
down.
not win.
Lots of colorful guys at the table. I love to talk. It's amazing.
I'm playing stable, whatever. I'm starting. with
Great
six-
group here
six,
for
I
doing
should
this
be
show.
stuck to- You beat me up so hard. Feels like 6.
You
is
missed
the
Phil
right-
Lock race with nothing. Elke and I call with really good hands. And then he shoved with a really good hand.
That's what happened. And I almost called, afraid that he was going to show do 7, and then he didn't. So
It felt good.
now I'm glad I didn't call.
It's kind of exactly what happened.
You guys were good enough to see that he had a better hand.
I had a 7 broker, so
Scott Ball here with Pocket Kings.
like double edge. So if he has a 7, I'm crushing, but he's less likely to have it though.
It's better than hoping the range is wrong hand.
It's tough. Yeah.
I'll take the 1.
Somerville here with the 6-4 offsuit. He hits a piece of it. But Ball's played really solidly here so far today. And Somerville's going to lay it down.
I feel like Scott's going to show do 7 before anybody else. I mean, I would take Scott versus any one other individual, for sure. Might even lay juice. Doesn't it feel like he's got the
I
beer?
thought there was a
he's just-
chance when I called with the
So
10s. I was like,
obviously-
there's got to be like a
obviously
couple
from the-
percent chance that he could just have a do 7
Obviously,
there.
from away from the
That'd be pretty
table.
absurd.
It doesn't
though.
count. You have to look at your cards. If you don't look at your hand, you cannot get penalized at 200. But if you look,
I'll take a chance.
yeah, once you look, that's obvious. That goes without saying, guys. If you aren't here or you don't see your hand for some reason. Look at this. He was going to take a little break. Now he's in for 150,
How
readjusting
good
his
is that hand?
That's a 6 chicken shit. When I'm there,
8, 9 of clubs are better.
no,
That's for
no,
sure.
no,
The range is- we should just punish him and not give him any action. You know, even if I have like king 9 suited, I should just fold. Randy can't help it.
Can't let him get away with it.
So Helmy's going to raise
I
this one
can't
up
help it
here
either.
to
And
150
you knew I couldn't help it, so it didn't
with
matter.
10-8 of clubs. Randy Lou is going to call with 4-5 suited.
We got him.
Locks in there with 9-10.
Give me these 1,000.
And the board misses everybody, but Phil, good board to stab at it as the pre-flop raiser. He's going to bet out 450. This really should get it done with his image. But Randy's going to call here.
Dizzle, and then go from there. No shizzle dizzle.
Randy's going to call here with a gut shot wheel draw. Turns a 9, and now Phil's open-ended. And Phil checks, and Randy checks right behind. River's a jack, and Helmuth backs into the nuts.
Nice. Well, that's exciting. Now everything's just perfect.
Pot is 1375 here. And it looks like Phil has checked here. He's going to check it over to Randy. And Randy's going to bet 725. 725 here at the end. So Phil backs into the nuts, and he's checked the river. He has checked the river, and he's gotten Randy Lou to bet with 5 high at the end. And he's going to look a little bit pained. He has about
Gave you enough money when you made
3,500 left, something like that in his stack, it looks like. The bet is 725. And here comes the race. And a snap muck. Snap muck there by Randy Lou.
Phil almost gets the max out of that hand, whatever it was.
Raised it to 1,800.
No, sure got the max.
And yeah, Phil Helmuth definitely got the max out of that
You
hand.
just know if you check to us, we have to bet. It's like
From
you
5
see
high.
our algorithm. It's open and sitting there. Oh, if I check, they'll bet. We have to tighten up, Randy. We have to not
Oh,
fall
I
for
forgot
that.
to show I do 7. I flopped 2 pair.
Right.
Just kidding.
There's no way you're letting us get away with $200 each.
I agree.
Scott's getting the next 2-7. I know it.
But moves
Can't
over
wait to
here
get
to
it, to be
Jason
honest.
Somerville.
He's getting it.
Only
You're gonna earn money. You're gonna win on the turn. We're all gonna think you have a straight. It's gonna really hurt.
Bad luck is the only, it was the only one who like ran up against kings and tens when you
You're
have
gonna win it the way Royal wins it.
Everyone has bumped it and won. And it's
Check calling, D7.
Yeah.
I feel like it has to be for someone that's like
I just want you to see this hand right here, okay?
Oh wow. Super defense. You're super rich with power right now.
Super rich.
The flop.
Shields up.
Shields up.
Rhea opens here with ace king. Randy's going to call with eights, and Dan O'Brien in here with queen 7. And Randy's got the best hand here still with pocket eights.
So now, yeah, I'm stuck 3 lifetime.
How does it feel to just win a 49%er?
That felt strong.
The shields up worked great.
10-7 deuce with a couple of hearts.
Very different. Yeah.
Randy bet out 325 here, and Dan called. The turn here's the 9 of hearts. And it's going to go check, check. River here is a 4.
7.
Check, check. And Randy's going to win this one with 8.
Oh, Randy comes in with a real hand. Not like the air movement thing, money bluff. Oh, fold.
Randy has a real hand, not like the 5 high against Phil.
You play a lot of hands, but then when you play the real hands, you play them too.
Like, that's like the best hand he's had all day.
I know.
That's pretty sick.
Yep.
It's like, where are all Randy's good hands? That's a question we'd all love to know. It's too easy. The game's too easy for him. He's played too many hands.
Okay, I think you're the big.
How many hands have you played?
Oh wait, Helmuth, you taking the big?
No, I don't think so.
White magic, moment of break.
Randy, didn't you get an email with how many hands you played? How many is it?
Oh, Lifetime?
Yeah.
It's 12,800,000 on stars.
It's like when Annette Oversad was playing those tournaments, covering up her cards.
Yep.
It's like that. Randy's so sick that if he was able to play all of his like premium hands, he would just crush us. So he just folds them.
Right. And he plays, yeah.
And turns the game into a challenge for himself.
Thank you for doing that, Randy. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean,
You know Randy's nickname, right? What is it?
I don't know.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier boy.
Every time I see Randy, it just reminds me so much of Soldier Boy.
It's like, Dan's like, what?
Explain.
Well, one night, after some beverages were consumed, we discovered that
He
song
didn't
Soldier Boy
Superman
Goes
someone,
You.
did he?
Instead of saying Soldier Boy Goes You, we say Soldier Boy Goes Blue.
Wow.
And he just reminds me of Soldier Boy now. Every time I see him.
Well, these red flops going on here too, bro.
Next time you see him now, you're gonna think Soldier Boy.
I
You
won't. I won't.
You feel like I won't?
I'm confident.
You will. Don't deny it, down, Brian.
I was like surging with equity.
Yeah.
I mean, minus equity. I was surging with pain.
Surging with pain.
So I thought I would play the hand, win the money in the pot,
like
but I
a-
didn't, and then I
Instead
got
you just
lucky.
won it. There you go.
So who was the closest
You're doing
to
work,
race
you're
it
almost
this
even.
summer? Did anyone make it deep?
Dan
Dan.
got 9th, right? You got 9th or 8th?
Without anyone else going?
Pretty good.
That's it.
When is WP start? When would I have to get to Canada and have?
Well, there's like 3 weeks of events starting like the beginning of September. It's like
Oh, September's awful. I'm
3 Sundays. So
I'm busy the whole of
Yeah, he
September.
won a tournament.
Then you can't
it's a
really
tough one
play.
for you.
Raz.
Oh, it's brutal.
Raz.
You should look at the schedule though. There's a 50K, not that you're playing 50K probably, but there's a bunch
Not
of
the
online.
best.
No way. They're the best in the
He is the
world, right?
best, isn't he?
Playing 50s online.
probably.
Of all time.
You're not
biggest
gonna get
tournament ever.
like.
I
I
think
might
it's
stream
play.
that tournament though.
Did he win the
Jamie
championship?
Staples didn't just fold pocket
None of
jacks
them.
under the
Like
gun.
a
That's
1500.
kind of an absurd
Can't
tournament.
remember.
Did he?
It wasn't the 10.
I
Did they
played
put
the
guarantee on
1500, but only
I think the guarantee
the
is
10K I was still in something.
20 people. I think only get 50.
That was
That
when I
can't
called
be
my
right.
shot in the summer school.
That can't be right.
So if you
have
have
to,
5K,
because
If there's one to call, the 10K round.
win.
Yeah, this gets
Guaranteed that'll be the biggest score on Twitch ever, forever.
Yeah, just the odds. Yeah,
It would be epic.
yeah. How bad could it be?
I was sweating your
How,
5K.
let's ask this: how much friction against your win rate is it?
Look at the
people
chat.
watching you on-
I think it definitely hurts me a little bit.
I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that the graphics have been pretty much 99.9% correct, but I'm going to say that that one had to be wrong.
They're at their table. Almost every person I've ever been around pulls their stream up.
Yeah, of course. Like, why wouldn't you?
with like
Yeah.
three and there's zero chance of not watching the 50K.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
There's that downside.
No, you definitely
I don't know how much
actually
of like a
do
winner I would be in that field, even with no streaming.
Right.
And with streaming, it doesn't really
That's a
help me.
requirement.
I don't know, maybe not.
No, maybe it helps you. You just gotta level
I
up.
gotta just level it somehow, like fake put up cards or something.
Hey,
Like
when they're like,
that.
hey guys, I couldn't do this, but you guys, come on.
The last hand there was no flop?
No, no. Trust me.
Yeah, all right, I
I'm
raised, I
sweating.
folded.
Yeah.
I needed a flop last time. Ace jack of clubs. No, ace jack of clubs, I want to see a flop. I don't want to just win it uncontested.
I get it. I get it. That's
It's a
what you want.
juicy.
Guarantee it. You can guarantee yourself a flop. Just limp and
Pretty
call
much.
Keep it low and black.
So Phil Walk raises here with 7-9 offsuit.
Yep, that's good.
Phil wants to let like 15K people sweat it, but not you.
And Jimmy Staples here is going to make the call.
Good. Phil, you've rumbled, clean me out. That's it. There's nothing.
Ace
no more
10
left of
4
this.
here with a couple of hearts.
It's crazy.
Wow. Number one.
And
I'm gonna have to reload.
Stapes here. He's going to check call. Turn here is an ace. Check, check. And the river here is a 3.
Queen high is good. You got it. Oh, it's even better.
That's good.
Let's make sure.
I'll throw it in. That sounds cool.
I thought he had queen of hearts with a 9 of diamonds.
He?
Wow. Your flow's way off.
I thought he
Yeah, none of those cards.
Yeah, but he keeps the flow from the big pot. It's more important.
That's right.
Correct. The
Yeah,
white
those kind of
noise
important,
pots
you
are
have to
like,
like, you know, you can't like focus on the flow all the time. You can't like shining all the time. You have to like,
correct.
you have
It's
to,
just shining, right?
Yeah.
But if they would get exhausted and their noses would bleed, they had to like relax and hang out in nature.
So you can have like for like a small pot. You're like, okay.
Healthy nose. He's tasted it. He knows.
Yeah, with those kings. Man,
That's
that's awful fold that is.
One day you learn, Dan. One day you
This is
learn.
it. I could cross over.
This is it. You could cross over into me having to credit you money, which is very
This is
possible.
a really big missed
I'll loan you
opportunity,
10.
but we should have put the ante on when Phil left.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How much longer is he?
We can add some gambling elements to this if you guys
It
want.
should just be 200 on the button. That makes it more balanced.
Oh, man,
Kind of.
this
This is
I'm
just.
starting to get sleepy, so let's
Maybe,
throw in some
okay, do you
gambling
think that
elements
makes
here.
sense? While Helmuth is gone, we just add 200 onto the.
All right, so here's what you should do. You give me 10 or whatever, or
He is best, bro.
Here, I'll tell you what. I'll give you 9. You owe me 10.
okay, there you go. That works. I'm gonna even text you that.
Wait, now you owe me 10. Is that
Okay.
correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you owe me 10.
I'm gonna text. I'll text you that so we know that it's clean. Yeah,
Sure.
just shift that over a little bit. No, I just want to run fucking PLO flips against Phil for like 3 hours.
You're like, make your break as long as you can.
Yeah.
Look at this. The nuts versus the nuts. Chop it up.
Okay. So they both had wheel draws and they both chop it up. So this lovely lady that was sitting next to me, who Todd Anderson
To be
had
fair to Jamie, maybe we
brought and
just
sat next to me, but I didn't know who she
pull a
was.
random
Was
card of the
Samantha
deck, and that's-
Abernathy.
Abernathy.
Samantha Abernathy, who played on the ladies event on Poker Night in America in Philly, right? And you were also going to play at Turning Stone, right?
Yes.
On August 8th, or is it on August 9th, the ladies event?
No, it's not the ladies. It's the regular.
The regular. Well,
On the 8th. And then the Florida one is the 20th.
well, I'm playing the regular one
Oh,
on the 8th
yeah,
as well.
Awesome.
So I guess we're going to be opponents then. So you're also playing the, you're going to play Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood too.
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, and so what do you think of the level of play here? You've sat in here now for 20 or 30 minutes. This is actually, I would say it's a tougher table than some of the other Poker Night in America games. For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would be very intimidated to sit at this table.
But have you, and you haven't, did you play the ladies' night in Philly, or was it just regular?
Yeah, I played. Yeah, it was ladies' night.
Ladies' night. I think that some of the ladies' nights have actually been tougher tables than the regular nights, too.
I thought that was a hand.
It was. Yeah, it was fun. It was tough. A lot of really great women were on that
Yeah.
show.
Oh, you get
3 ways here.
how much you get? 3 or
I must be the sickest today.
And everybody's missed, as we will often see.
Alright, I'm pulling from your pile to my pile.
And most of these games are going to be 25-50.
It would be 3 if they're all clubs.
Another hard picture to take, Sam.
775.
Oh, it's blurry.
Just snap your fingers in.
Do you guys want to do a runway while we're doing the dealer changes?
What's that mean?
So
Oh,
it's
a very
like
good
a
one.
8-way, I guess, PLO
Do
flip,
you want me
so
to
like
take your
$200
picture?
I, wanna
everybody-
do, I was going
take
to
a-
take you in it.
Okay, good.
Okay, we'll do
Phil
one.
Hellmuth has actually hopped in the booth here as well. We're trying to get him on mic, but
Yeah, if they say it's okay.
we'll
then
take
I'll
this and we'll tweet it out.
You can do 200 or whatever you guys want to do.
We should do it for each dealer switch.
That's what I'm saying. Every
Did
dealer
we
change.
get it?
There we go. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we'll get the audio guy to do it. There we go.
Yes, so we'll do, the flop is still the same standard thing.
But anyways, yeah, Phil's gone from the table. He just happened to hop in this booth here with us. So
7
Okay.
dudes, so it
That's
doesn't-
5
200 PLO flip.
200 PLO flip?
Yeah.
So you deal 4 cards for first time.
I just want to clarify from on the flop, if it's
thank you.
3 black cards,
3 black cards is
Phil, you want to get on the mic here for a second?
2 here, the same 2.
and if
No?
there's a 3 of
How's it going out there?
middle,
I'll just.
Then I get a 1K bonus.
He says he's losing his motivation to play.
right. If the deuce hearts come to the middle and it's 2 black cards, does that?
You trapped Randy Lou pretty well over there though a few minutes ago.
It would be canceled, yeah. That's right.
All right, just wanted to clarify, you
No,
can
that's
still
good.
win if,
You don't have to win everything. Yeah, you can win the side bets separately.
okay, so now we have a 1K,
We have
just
a
hand
1K.
versus hand.
So anyways, you're going to be looking forward to going to Turning Stone, and are you going to be playing the tournament or just the cash games?
Just the cash game.
Yeah.
What tournaments are going on? I haven't even looked.
They're doing the Empire State Hold'em Championship, the new Poker Night in America tournament show.
Wow.
Oh,
They're
cool.
filming at the same
I
time
don't play PLO.
and also the Seminole Hard Rock
Tournament
tournament too is going to be on Poker Night in
Oh,
America
yeah.
as
You
well.
may win
Yeah,
your
I'm
So-
like,
definitely
biggest
playing.
We'll go over
PLO.
one first, one
I didn't
pre-flop,
know
one on the
there
flop, one on the turn, one on the.
Yeah.
We have the same cards.
Are you?
Okay, yeah, that's not good. Ace of spades looking good over there.
Oh, you're figuring it out.
Well, that's 5's good now.
Okay,
Oh,
so that's,
oh, you're MC. I
1,000.
thought you said
I pulled it over.
Another
Yeah,
one?
so now it's another
I
card.
know what card I want.
that's going to be hectic.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, I took
Pretty
it
good,
good.
actually.
But you,
Eight, nine
I don't
is
know,
pretty
you,
good.
you guys got some
Well, all
of
the
my
fives
outs
are
over
big.
here.
Okay, so let's see, 298.
Oh.
Okay.
We're doing
I'm
a
not from Arizona, people.
Oh, my
we're
10
doing a
is got
PLO
5.
flip.
Enough
Is that what's
draw,
going on
draw.
there? Oh.
Okay, so you and I could use a 4 and have nuts.
There's a girl with my same name from
We're
Arizona.
drawing to the nuts right now.
That plays poker?
No,
Oh, that's a 4.
thankfully.
Oh, okay, okay.
The best made hand is a pair of 7s right now?
Do you know that story?
What do you have?
Two pairs.
Dan over there.
This story right here.
He wishes we were playing 7
Samantha
deuce.
is referring to someone
Now
in the
let's see
Twitch
her
chat, of course, that were apparently what there's a stripper by the same name.
Uh-huh. She's from
Arizona.
Arizona. We're not the same age.
No.
So, different story.
Where's your vote?
Yeah.
One reasonable thing.
Okay, so you
Phil thinks it's me.
We got cards.
4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have Jack Diddley,
7
right?
deuce.
You have just
7 deuce is a powerful hand.
500,000 also.
She's from
I
Georgia.
took the 1,000.
So also I was told
Wow, aces.
to say that
No dice.
All right.
Poker Night in America is actually
that.
streaming
Everybody's
4 tournaments
probably
at the
not
same
gonna win.
time for the
Everybody's a
Seminole
little
Hard
more
Rock.
like,
4
all right,
final
waking up
tables
the
at
game
the
a
same
little bit
time.
Come on.
Not the best
Button is
hand.
good there. Yeah, the button doesn't move. For
And Phil Hellmuth is the master of ceremonies for that final day.
Albeit more
Is that
annoying.
correct? Okay.
If we dealt out all the hands,
Are you playing in the main event then? There?
has to pay everyone 200.
They won't let you play. No? Because you're emceeing all the events, right? That is going to be, and it's going to be on 4 separate Twitch channels too.
I think you encourage a gamer out there.
Oh, wow.
All right.
That's going to be quite the
And also, 200 is a little small.
quite the production.
500 is probably about size.
The high roller, the main event,
A tenth of the buy-in.
You can also
and when the date I believe is going to be on August the 18th. I want to say
Okay.
August the 18th.
Sorry, let's hear the Dan O'Brien plan.
Yoga fan.
It's that, you deal it all out. And the worst hand has to pay everyone 200.
Oh, so
So
the
one
nut
person
low.
just loses 1,400.
But that's. I think everybody. No.
Brutal.
Dude, that's really
So you either
brutal.
want this a little bit.
You're gonna
or
get
you
people opting out at that point. That's too painful for many folks.
That's why it's better.
You're trying to make someone happy, and everybody else is a little bit sad. If you're
Scott
big
Ball
enough,
here has
hey,
raised it up to
someone's gonna do
250, and Maria Ho's got ace queen here on the button. She's gonna re-raise to 800.
I had a straight on the turn. I had the nuts on the turn. Yeah, I needed the king of clubs on the river. Yeah.
And she's gonna take it down.
5 and a deuce. You're a red deuce. There's a flop there.
50 in the dark.
So what was the lineup when you played the ladies event? Who else did you play with?
There was, yeah, Phil was there.
You played in the ladies event?
Yeah, he
Phil?
hopped in. Let's see, there was Phil, Natasha Barber, Jamie Kerstetter, Jen Shahade.
What if I had the
Jen
7?
Shahade, the chess champion. Yeah.
You did when you were racing.
And who else was there? Beth Shack, Karina Jett.
Oh, okay.
You all repping straight flush.
So that was what, like last year?
No, that was just a couple months ago.
Oh, okay. Such a like an interesting lineup. I'm super excited. I went to Syracuse for college, so Turning Stone's right down the street.
Oh, okay.
So that's where
I've never
right
been
when
to
I went
Turning
to.
Stone.
Yeah,
Tell us about your
right
apple
about
watch.
30 minutes down the street from. That's right. Very first hand of poker I played was at Turning
What a
Stone.
useless watch it is then. Yeah.
This is purely jewelry.
It's just purely just
Wow. A man wearing jewelry.
a square on your wrist.
I like it though, Jack.
Still gambling.
You gonna ante it up? You can put it as an ante next time. If you
It's not worth 200.
No, I don't want to pay 200 for that, really. Oh my god.
Oh, looks like we got a set of threes here from Randy Lou.
Oh, I thought
Can't quite see Maria Ho's second card. She could have the nut flush draw. Not a whole lot going on from anybody else here.
it's sick because I thought that 3 diamonds was bad for me, but I realized no, it has to be a
State.
And Randy
Oh,
will
it's my turn.
bet here. No, excuse me. Maria Ho bets and Randy just calls. So Maria could have the nut flush draw here. Turn is an offsuit 4.
Maybe. I did some fishy things earlier. Some of the fishiness worked out though. Some didn't.
She's got ace deuce or ace 5 here. She could have a straight draw and a flush draw. She bets 1,500 now. Randy just flatted the flop.
Yeah, lifetime. Right now you're let's see, 10, 5, 7.
She bet 15 into 21, a really big bet. And he just calls again here.
I gotta give you back.
We go to the river. River is an 8 of hearts. And she checks. And those yellow chips are $1,000 chips. Looks like he's bet 3,300 here at the end. And she has ace queen here. So she bet the flop, bet the turn, and she's checked the river here. And she's gonna check call. And he's gonna win it here with bottom set. Jack 10 comes in. Obviously, he could have missed a flush draw. She does have the ace of diamonds in her hand, so he can't have the nut flush draw. Sometimes aggressive players, you know, she could check and maybe get him to value bet a worse hand, like a hand like king queen, something like that.
Yeah, will it, and then
So by calling and calling, he might have actually gotten max value there with a big bet at the end.
oh wow, yeah, I have food breakdowns a lot. I don't have workout breakdowns. I actually enjoy suffering in the gym.
Button's gonna move over here to Jason Somerville.
The post suffering after I eat, like, you know, really bad, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed it while it happened. An hour
work
later, I
is
never
awesome.
feel great about it.
No.
But during the pain in the gym, I feel good.
Where do
Even
you
during-
usually play out of? Like, where's your regular casino?
The Aria.
The Aria. And what level of game do you usually play?
I can never get a hold of
Aria.
it.
I play 2-5 or 5-10.
2-5 or 5-10?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're playing these games, it's pretty big game, right?
Yeah, it's around here. If you play a bigger game, you're playing with all pros. So I feel like my Aria is actually better in the smaller games.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, I play mostly 5-10 too in LA as
That
well.
was so crazy.
Usually
I
you're not
wanted to be a guitarist on a car.
be able to hop into a good 25-50 game like you do in some of these lineups, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I leave my die, I leave
Okay,
it.
so this is a break even for the first time.
Yes, it is.
Because you have a 2 and I have a 2.
Wow, that's cool.
There you go.
The same guys that made the original drawings, that's sick. The same guy who made the original Mad Max 2 at 35 years or something.
Looks like Phil's got the best of it here with a 9.
What about Ex Machina? I like that was my favorite of the
Yeah, I have
summer.
not seen it.
It's pretty good.
I got good reviews. And I heard mixed from people I know. You guys are smart.
AI weird. It was like a weird.
Was it better than her?
I saw that and did not love it. I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
tell you.
really kind of weird. I mean, well, obviously it's weird. And I like
Crushed her.
So
I like
close.
the director.
At least I know.
Good.
Phil Hellmuth looks, I think he's showing Samantha his open-faced Chinese. Is that what's going on here?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We're addicts.
There's a lot less hands still since you guys started the process.
And Locke wins another one, and he's got to be up close to 25,000 here for the session.
Oh, that's true.
Won that big pot with the 9-10
I don't want to lose
against
my
Dan O'Brien's
partner
8-10 of
gambling
clubs.
crime here. That's more like it.
It's gonna be hard to lose me. No, I'm not even winning. I'm down like 4 or 3, but like I just, it's too much fun.
You're in for 200 there.
Thank you for the reminder.
But moves over here to Phil Locke. Bolo Chung says, "Tell Phil to get back to the table." Yeah.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah. I just have too many greens. I was just trying to redistribute them to somebody who was trying to.
Samantha, take Phil's seat.
I was thinking just stop folding kings and give lots of green chips.
Antonio can stand by. You don't want to play that.
That was another discussion.
Did you see that hand? Check. Oh, you were here.
Scott Ball raised it up here with 4-5 of diamonds. Somerville just flatted with jacks.
I didn't know that was an option today.
Ace King 7 here with a couple spades. And Locke swapped the flush draw here. 5 deuce of spades. He's definitely playing a lot of hands here. And Somerville check calls with red jacks, and there's the flush. Right there.
He's getting Macau actually, like 2 days. Sick.
Macau?
I don't know when he's back in Vegas.
Phil wins it.
I don't love his music.
I can
I
beat
could
your
just hold
shitty
it on.
one.
I could just hold it on the flop.
You know,
I
I
can,
like
if
the
you have a
flow, but I
shitty one
need-
pair hand,
I like a little bit more like energy.
I had a
You know?
surprisingly
Not, all
strong
right,
one.
it's not
pair
devoid of
hand,
energy,
actually.
but you know what I mean? Like
I mean,
the
even
drops.
sometimes at the end,
Flop or on the flop?
at the end of the night,
And I can
just,
hear the other Phil
Pre-flop is
Yeah, on the
a really good one.
in the background
Oh, yeah?
here say
you came after
about
speaking-
Phil Locke.
he was speaking- he
This
was
guy
speaking
makes a
of-
lot of
Settled all
hands.
the crap.
Speaking
That's
of-
true.
Trying the
Really?
4. You're good at like, you get me to 0, but it doesn't matter. You just
respect it. I
punish me
like
that
to
you're like
see
one of
Hold on
those
and just grind back up.
mafia.
I was actually there like just after one, like 5 minutes after it went on, but
Get him back down.
like
I know
so
that's
much,
what
yeah,
we're
yeah,
doing.
Butt moves here to Dan O'Brien.
And I
You
couldn't
letting me
get in.
catch my breath.
That's it.
Yeah,
Just give me a
it took me like
chance to get
45
back
minutes
in
to get
there.
in. I almost stopped.
Don't fold, put 200 in dead, and then think about what you want to do.
Sorry, Phil.
No worries.
God, it hurts.
Yeah, deposit 200 and then fold.
Well, if I would have put it in the beginning, it wouldn't have hurt so bad. Now it's like, I look at that crap, and I have to put in 200.
Samantha, do you stream on Twitch? That's a good question.
It was meant to happen. All things that happen or have had meant to happen, or whatever.
Am I on? I do not yet. I'm trying to figure out if I would
1,000.
have much to talk about on Twitch.
Well, if you live in Nevada, you can play on WSOP.com, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
Locke flops another flush draw. He bets. And Randy Lou here has got a pair of 9s, makes the call. Now, Locke turns the best hand with a pair of 10s and a flush draw. And he's going to bet again. 1275, it looks like. Pretty big bet. And Randy Lou makes the right fold. Yeah, so you're saying you're trying to figure out if you would think that you'd have something of value to Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel if I'm going to start doing it, I
Not as
want
action
to
or
go
not as game,
full
I just
force.
missed
I don't want to have to do something.
I'm not trying to make any
So
kind
I
of
haven't
like
really,
statement. Oh.
I haven't really gotten anything going yet.
What if you just like twitched out like a 50-cent $1 like no limit game or something like that, like on WSOP.com or a tournament?
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. It's not as hard as it sounds once you get it going. You just need like a webcam and
You could add a second card if you,
you know,
want to your deuce.
and then
Might.
yeah, do you have like a Mac or a piece? Yeah,
That's up to you.
you get
Yeah.
something
'cause
called
I just locked in it.
You just locked in
Took a
your
lot of
piece of
brain power
free
to crack
software
this
called
game. Yeah,
OBS, and then you're off. It takes like
Awesome.
10 minutes. Yeah,
I didn't know if it was too soon.
I did it.
You gotta do some haranguing
If
later.
I can do it, you can do it.
Cool. Yeah, I think maybe if I watched some
life's all about.
of my friends' streams, I would get a better idea of what it requires.
Oh, I was gonna say you're a sticky one.
You know, you never win if you fold. Never.
It's
So,
true.
Gotta have a little bit.
That would have been bad sticky, I think.
A little bit.
Jamie Staples here with pocket queens. He's gonna raise. Now Jamie Staples is the #2 poker Twitch guy out there behind
Oh, awesome.
Somerville.
That's me.
we had them fives. That would have been nice. Take that 1,000.
Randy Luce flopped the flush draw here.
That's right.
9-7 of hearts.
You would have been punished. Maybe.
No, but I would have had the
You would have had the red fives.
fives and red too, so.
I like playing with the.
That was a big one, because if I go to
And a bet and a call here. Turns an 8. Now Randy Luce got a straight draw to a 6 with his flush draw.
Reflection point more
Yeah.
disaster. I like
And
playing
now
with, like,
Jamie's
if you
gonna
have two cards,
check.
You can like also have doubles like this. This would be also a bonus if I had like 3s and 5s. Then we'd have 2 5s.
And Randy is gonna bet here.
That's next level. That's like 2 levels,
Yep.
3 or 4 levels.
And that's a good bet there by Randy. Obviously, he knows that Jamie is unlikely to check over an ace to him. He doesn't take the free card.
Win it.
He bets, has a semi-bluff, and he takes it down. How did you do in Philly, by the way? What were your results? Did you have a good session?
Yeah, it was a great session. I bought in for 5K and cashed out for 18,600.
Nice. And you guys played for what, 12 hours or 8 hours? Or?
Yeah, but for continuity, if you took
Yeah, I
off
think
now,
we played 11 hours and then with the dinner break.
We're gonna watch, it's not we're gonna watch, what's going on?
Attacking dead mouse now.
The Apple Watch seems
Button
much
moves
more
over here to Scott Ball.
functional than any other watch.
I mean, it's not really just for telling time.
175.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's got like
It's
all
like
these things.
we have
It's like telling time.
phones and stuff that are easy for that.
I just don't understand the whole watch thing. I think it's like tulips. Like eventually, people are gonna be like, "Why do we have all these expensive watches?"
I mean, it's a lot cheaper than most watches.
Right? No.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just saying in general. Like, the
Just like
fact
when
that
you get a text from someone saying, hey,
yeah.
you know, and you get like 50 of those because you're Dan O'Brien.
No,
every day, right?
no, that's not how
So
it
you
works.
get a text, and
Okay.
then you get the filter on your wrist, like, okay, I need to respond to this one. Then you get out your phone.
Yep, thank you.
Can
I
I
love the
filter my
automatic. I
regular
would have
phone
otherwise
messages?
slept right
Seems
through
like
Yeah,
I
you
should.
get your phone messages, you get phone calls.
No, but like without the Apple Watch, can I
Right,
just
okay.
put in this filter?
Checked around here. 9-4 deuce with a couple of spades. Turn is the 5 of diamonds.
Yeah. You're just saving a minute a day every day. Like, how valuable is your time?
You know, I think
Looks like
it's more
Maria's
than
got the
that.
best hand here with
So
ace high.
it's a worthwhile investment.
The things that
She's
I
gonna
try to,
bet
like,
out
maximize
475
time
and she's gonna take it
efficiency
down.
for is so ridiculous. Given all the time that I waste.
Or you get like a favorite on a tweet. You want to dig into your pocket.
Things have
I don't
slowed
get
down a
five.
little bit here.
You guys
Locke
wanna do
is
a round of
still
travels?
kind of, just
Yeah,
as I
and
say
we're-
that,
and we're doing the
Somerville's like,
anti-game,
Yeah,
round of travels.
Anti
Let's do it.
game,
Let's
all right.
fire up.
I like that I'm the one pushing all the fucking gambling. I don't know if this is
You gotta get unstuck.
It's just, no one else is even suggesting these things.
Well, I'm just
Come on,
sitting here.
we know you're gonna suggest
Just
it.
wait long
I'm
enough.
nervous about raising the stakes because I somehow lucked out with a small win.
I would bet a lot of money that you have more money than the rest of
Did
us,
you move
for
to
sure.
Vegas
Have
to
be in
play
first
poker,
place in
or
that
you're not?
ranking.
You didn't grow up in
You are the
Vegas,
most
did you?
curious,
No, I
most
grew up in
millionaire
Georgia,
of all of
and
us.
then I moved
That is
to
gotta be
Chicago.
true.
Yeah.
I designed mobile apps and games and software. And then once I started playing poker, I decided to move here to focus on it. So,
So you never gave LA a shot, because I play in LA.
only for LAPC and the Mega Millions at the bike. That was actually my first cash. Was at the Mega Millions.
Mega Millions.
Good times.
It's like everyone else is
Alright,
trying
so
to look
Jamie's
like
It's just because,
When I leave the flip flops,
you know, 2.5 and 5.10 in Vegas, I think is different than LA. I mean, in LA, I think it's softer, but you pay more in rake, obviously, in LA. So, you know, it's, I guess it's what you want, you know?
Yeah.
I find that the 5, 10, and 10, 20 games might be a little bit tougher here in Vegas.
Yeah.
I feel like
10,000 is my line of
so
real
in Matrix now, maybe it's more an illusion.
Money is not real anyways, though. It's just numbers. Just numbers on the
Very low
computer, right?
maintenance.
Nothing's real already.
Whether it's an illusion or
I think
not.
on the first card
we're
is
in
red.
it, so we may
That
as well
just makes
pretend
sense
it's
to me.
Dan O'Brien here, opening with Queen 10 suited, and Scott Ball with the Ace 4. Both players got a piece of it, but Dan's got the best of it here, the Queen. Again, Scott has played really solidly the entire day. He's got bottom pair, he's got a backdoor flush draw. He is going to take one off, but he does not have the best of it.
That's a nice goal.
Okay.
I get married. Why?
I just kind of wanted the, you know, the no text remember.
Nice.
That's what I'm going for.
It's kind of clear.
Turn
Scott, if
is
you win 3
7
more,
clubs,
I would accept
You would
it.
accept
and Dan is going to bet out here again.
That's pretty
And
good.
Scott just
I'll
releases.
be honest with her about it. Like, this is what you're getting yourself into. This was purely to attract you.
So me in 5 years is gonna be like the opposite.
And even this I've really been slacking with lately.
100 in the dark.
100 in the dark. Look at all these juicy green chips down here. Mmm.
I don't think they're gonna go after it. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Let's see. It's so tempting though. I mean, what?
Maria now has the button here.
So I didn't get the answer. What's Dan O'Brien money?
Oh, like, I think 25 million. Not dinner brand money, like real money to me. It's like, the goal's, I think, 25 million.
Yeah. 25 million?
25 million.
My goal is a dozen million. That's my goal.
Yeah, that's a fine goal, don't get me wrong.
Because when you get
Not sneezing
post-tax
at it.
anyway, it's going to be 20 million. At 25, you have to make like 40 or more. What do you think? 30% stay.
Here's another
Make it in 1 year.
nice lady that's entered the commentary booth, Jamie Kerstetter. Are you on tap to play today? Jamie?
Right now.
I'm hoping that by the time I leave here today, I'll be there. I can just retire.
Yeah,
I'm sure Phil's got a little bit.
I wouldn't turn down 12 if that's what you were thinking. I didn't mean to imply that.
Wow.
No, do 7. Thank God for that.
Good, I never have to 7. So
Every raise, fold. You gotta
Always
mini
sweat.
sweat.
The straddle on this game helps a lot, I think. You need that in there.
In what case?
I think all these combined.
It helps a lot.
The button Annie.
Although I
just
do
hate
miss
playing
Phil.
Annie with
Phil
poker.
Baxter.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
it's not.
anti-free poker is too painful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was trying to get you on a
Like
a
Phil's
mission before, but
talking
you
about
were in a
patience.
hand and you wanted to be silent.
It's like, no, it's
Oh.
just
But we
for
did.
strategy.
So first card accomplished, gone, right?
First card. Oh, that was
Yeah.
huge, yeah.
He's not
Oh,
lining
next
up
one
for
is this.
anti-off right now.
Make free
He's doing
yeah,
well,
the anti-free
taking
poker.
Yeah.
Patience.
Very
No,
patient.
anti-free tournament hold'em.
Should be anti-only poker, not anti-free.
I was so sad to see the only get killed this year. in the
Anti-only
World
is pretty
Series.
cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Well,
great,
cool.
but
Not,
Yeah.
no,
Staples coming in for a race here with
no
pocket
anti-less poker.
fours.
We gotta get the slogan down.
Yeah. We'll come up with a better one. Something
Yeah.
probably rings. But
Dan O'Brien's got 6s in the straddle. Randy Lou's going to call here with the ace-jack on the button. So we're going to see a pot here.
in the
you look at me
5
and I was like,
25, 50, 100. Phil Locke with king-queen. He's not going to fold, is he? Oh, what a nit.
450,
Are you
say.
kidding me? After the deuce 8 suited and the 10-4 suited, he's folding to Jamie Staples' raise. Dan O'Brien comes in though.
A couple of sweats. The prop sweat, the hand sweat.
I forgot what I have. Hold on.
Wow, king queen off.
Blackbird right there.
And Jamie Staples flops a set as the pre-flop raiser. Randy Lou with ace jack here.
We still haven't had the Pain 3 suit yet. Let's have that.
Yeah, how much would it be if you had a ace 3, 5 of clubs?
4 is the max Pain. 3
Four is
plus
max.
the 1K bonus.
Staples here 900 as a C bet. Now it's interesting that, you know, obviously Phil Locke
100.
really wasn't really playing that tight, but he folded king queen because he knew Staples had been playing tight. Randy Lou called with ace jack, kind of a trappish hand. Now you get a jack high flop. This kid puts in a $900 C bet. Now you wonder, what do you do with ace jack? And Lou raises here. So it goes 900. Lou makes it 2,100, and Staples just moves all in. And is Lou committed? And Lou is going to stack off here with ace jack. He is going to stack off here with ace jack against a set of fours. And he's virtually drawing dead to Jamie Staples here. And that's it. Turns a queen of spades.
This probably doesn't matter.
And Jamie Staples is going to double through
You can win 1 in 50
with a set of fours.
Just run it like 100 times.
Deuce 3. Pretty hard.
50 what?
And I think part of the reason why Locke folded that pre was because, you know, there was the straddle on. It was 25, 50, 100. Staples opened, I believe, to 400.
Like,
It really is.
So,
It
you
really
know,
is
you were
worth it.
calling about 10% of his stack pre-flop. Just under 10% of his stack pre-flop from out of position.
And they're running straight though.
Yeah, that's only one. No runner flush though. Just running straight. It has to be the wheel.
Yeah, that's better than like, yeah.
Yeah, not even Broadway.
If I was suited, I never would have folded. I don't know, it just felt like psychic flow time on that one.
Nailed it, buddy. Save yourself at least 400.
But I lost the flips. I lost 2K on the flips.
Yeah, well, you
So Jamie
The best thing
Staples
is
now
when a guy
up
flops a
above
set,
9,000.
If it's one of those hands you decided you're going to win with the bluff, you're protected if you don't have cards. Yeah. You had a set, so I was protected that I didn't have any hands.
What? I don't understand.
If you feel
I'm
like
gonna
there's
put
a
you on the
chance might
spot.
be some-
What'd you think
Am I
about
on?
that? Yeah, you're on. What'd you think about that?
About
that hand?
Just fold on the times where the guy's gonna have.
You
a
were
set.
paying
Don't-
attention?
Don't let yourself be in a spot. Like I couldn't.
yeah, you really put me on the spot with that one.
I didn't have cards.
When a tight player opens, right,
You
you
feel
were
like
the
you're
straddle
gonna
pot was
play,
25, 50,
and then
100,
maybe
right?
you're gonna fall apart at some
Jamie's
point
been
in the
playing
hand.
super tight.
Save yourself
He only has
some points by
4,000
not
and he opens to
having
400 and you
cards.
have ace jack offsuit.
No, it's not crazy if you have cards.
So let's say you
If you have cards,
call,
It's not really crazy if you have like aces or kings.
Right.
and then the board comes up jack 4-5. Would you go with it if you flopped a jack?
I would definitely see another street, yeah.
But would you raise and call off? I know it's kind of like a vacuum question.
Now it's 4.
I was a little
Um,
surprised though from Randy.
I wouldn't. Is that what happened?
Set of fours.
That's what happened,
Okay.
yeah.
Set of fours back in the day. It's a very durable hand.
Back in the day, it's like 2 hours ago. Back in the day, it's like 2 hours ago.
Yeah. 2 hours ago.
Back in the day, it's 2 hours ago.
Well, on TV time, it's yesterday's show for TV. That's why.
Back in the day. The face is sick as Daniel, remember your hand 6 years ago? That was sick. Remember the hand Daniel BQ 6 years ago?
Well, yeah, that was
I didn't tell you
because I led with top pair, and I said, well, if he raises, I'll make a squirrely tight fold. And then I folded, and he had 2 pair. I felt great later.
Not sure where the graphics are on this particular hand, but we're going
Nice,
blind.
kid.
See Somerville bet here at the end.
Who would have thought?
Ace 3, 10, king. Well, we're not going to get a call anyway, so.
We want you back in too.
All right, runway for the dealer change, everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Run it, done it.
Down.
So when are we gonna see Phil Lock on Twitch?
Maybe next September when I go to Canada for the WP. Because I'll have a lighter. Is it every September? Yeah. Maybe September.
Or spring too. You can come play the Scoop Spring Championship of online poker.
Oh, well,
That's higher stakes too. So there you go.
Oh, nice. So what is the exact roughly month?
Yeah.
51K. Yeah. The winner is nothing.
No, the date.
Oh, September. It's like the second week. I think it starts like the second week. September is out. Spring is usually all of May.
Oh, that could be this year. Maybe May. May.
What about into September? What are you doing in September?
Helping my dad move from
Colorado to Colorado, and then helping. Then going to a bachelor party, and all right, doing this for you.
some random, just got filled up.
Yeah.
But next May is all empty.
I'm twitching from Vegas, buddy. Come over.
How do you do it? What site do you go on?
World Series.
Oh, WSOP, that's right. I could get an account there.
Small action.
2K on the side for this? Heads up?
Uh,
Or you got to one?
let's see, we'll do, hand versus hand too.
Okay. You guys have the real sweats.
Let's see.
So do we have the other PLO stuff for, this is just,
all the same. All
the same thing on
card
the flop.
swaps, same card flop things.
Yeah.
Yep. But then we have
All right.
2K heads up unit.
All right, well,
PLO result.
we've got someone very, very special.
Plus the 2K.
Someone very, very special joined us in the booth here, or joining us in the booth, Maria Ho. How's it going, Maria? So you're done here for the day now?
I am. I have somewhere to be in a little bit, but I will be back tomorrow because I ended up losing a bit in the game.
How much did you lose?
Like 2,300. I mean, that flip you guys saw with Jason, I lost that, and then another hand.
The flip was what, the ace queen against tens?
Yeah.
Is that right? Ace queen against tens. Yeah, we saw that. We're coming off of a break. And we had that hand that was just recently here. And we'll keep one eye on the game too. But that hand where you had ace queen against pocket threes there against Randy, we only saw one hand. We only really saw one card up until the end.
Yeah.
So I thought that maybe you had the nut flush draw, because when you checked the river, I thought maybe you had given up. We only saw that you had the ace of diamonds. I thought you maybe had the nut flush draw. You bet really large on the turn. What was your reasoning for check calling the river as opposed to like just betting for value at the end?
I think, well, here's the thing. I think that if the only Jack 10s he has are Jack 10 of diamonds, I think, combos. So like the combo draw of the flush plus the straight draw. But I don't know. I feel like in that situation, I wanted to give him a chance to maybe bet a busted flush draw, but also I think that run out's not great for my hand. He also called twice, so I don't know if my hand's really worth going for value against him. I don't really know what he's going to call me with that's worse.
Did you think he would ever value bet a hand like king queen
once I check on the end?
That he might fold if you like bomb again at the end?
Yes, I think it works better to check call that river, I think, against Randy than it does to bet. I think he's going to fold a lot of hands that are worse than mine. But if I check that river, then he might try to bet king queen for value.
Yeah, no, it was interesting, though, too, just because you have the ace of diamonds, so obviously he can't have the nut flush draw.
Right.
The other thing, too, is that I thought the game kind of went through different spurts. This is a tougher lineup, I thought, than definitely your typical Poker Night in America TV lineup, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That 7 deuce added some flair. There's probably a lot of people who haven't, you can kind of see. So what did you start with, 10,000, basically? Yeah, you start with 10,000 lock. Won that huge hit. Oh, actually, I know what I wanted to ask you about. So I said that I think I might have actually used the adjective strange, and I didn't mean it in a negative way, but I said that you might have played
I'd love to talk about
the
that hand.
9-8 hand strange, I think is what I said.
Yeah.
That's the hand that Locke won a ton of
huge
money
pot.
with 9-10 when he flopped the nuts. You raised with 9-8. Of course, we're on a delay. That's why we're still seeing you here. And you're
This is a little strange.
Yeah. you raised with 9-8 of diamonds, flop, the board came out 8-7-6, and you check raised. He had 9-10. Dan O'Brien had 10-8 of clubs, so he flopped the top pair and a straight flush draw. I thought he was going to fold after that action. That's what it looked like to me, and then he ended up just shipping, and then it was an easy fold for you coming back around. But you talk about that a little bit.
Well, obviously, 4 ways. So I raised 9-8 of diamonds at hand. I got called in 3 spots. And 4 ways, I think that flop works better for me to check call. But when it was checked to Phil lock and he bet, and then Dan just calls from the small, Dan never has like 2 pairs or sets there because he's obviously going to check raise. So it's to me, Dan's hand was weak unless he had the flush draw to go with it, as he did end up having. But and I think Phil will bet a lot of hands in position, like 1 pair hands that both Phil and Dan have, top pair hands with a better kicker than mine that might just fold to a check raise multi-way. So I didn't really have to try to make my straight to necessarily take down the pot, because I know Dan's hand has to be, a 1 pair type hand, and Phil was just betting, and Phil could easily bet in position, with not a lot of equity, hands that he's willing to fold basically to a check raise. But obviously once I check raise, I didn't check with the intention to check raise basically, but once I checked and Phil bets in position and Dan just calls from the small blind, I decided to try to win the pot right there against what looked like possibly, what looked like to me a 1 pair hand from Dan, and in a hand that Phil's willing to
It's like
fold.
one of those things where it was like you were going to check and then something kind of weird happened where it was like, oh, I'm going to change my
I
mind,
think there was a
because
lot.
it was like something
I think I thought I was
going
going to get Dan to fold. I think it's like this: if I could get Phil to fold whatever hands that he was just betting in position that he's not prepared to call, that especially since Dan's behind him to act, and then I could also get Dan to fold a lot of his hands if he just had 1 pair hands, which, like I said, he doesn't have a set or 2 pair there once he plays it that way. But I actually ended up costing Dan more money that hand, because once I check raise, then I think as long as Dan feels like his flush draw is live, meaning nobody has, a bigger flush draw than him, then he should probably just get it in.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot for him, because if somebody has a made hand and somebody has a higher draw, he's almost drawn dead. But yeah, no, I thought it was fun. Can you talk a little bit about, obviously you and David Tuckman are going to be the commentators now for the Poker Night in America tournament show, right? That's going to be at the Turning Stone and the Seminole Hard Rock coming up now.
So Dave Tuckman, as everyone knows, he does all the WSOP streams, and he does a fantastic job, in my opinion. And, I've done commentating for the Heartland Poker Tour in the last few seasons, and recently left them. And now I just think this is a really great opportunity. I think there's a kind of gap in the market for something more interesting as far as, poker TV shows are concerned. I think they're very formulaic now, and I think what we're trying to do and what we're aiming to do with Poker Night in America, the tournament show, is to kind of give everybody a little more glimpse of not only the lifestyle, but just the elements of poker that people don't really get to see, and the characters in poker. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I think we have a really great team behind us. I think it's always important to kind of try to innovate when it comes to poker, and I was ready to kind of do something different, and I really, really think it's going to be a really great show. We're going to have a really good product for everybody.
Cool. So are we going to see you at Turning Stone?
I unfortunately will not be at Turning Stone. It's actually my best friend's wedding that weekend, and I am a bridesmaid, so I won't be there, but I will be at the next one in Minnesota.
Awesome. Great. Well, I think you played well, and so we're going to see more of you tomorrow, hopefully for the whole day.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming in the booth, and good luck tomorrow.
Of course.
I mean, you only lost a tad bit, and I'm sure you can win a ton tomorrow, too.
Yeah, yesterday I came in really late. I flew back into Vegas, and I was, planning on playing the whole day, but I'm just so tired. But tomorrow I'm going to be fresh. And hopefully Daniel and I will be drinking tomorrow, because he was hungover today, and that's why he did not drink. But usually Daniel and I are pretty good with getting that going. So
cool. That's great. So yeah, Maria Ho again, you know, to 25, 50, 100, and then hopefully we'll keep that deuce to 7 bounty on too, right?
That's fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like we were missing some audio when we decided that we were going to do that, so maybe some people were confused. But that 7 deuce diamonds was the highlight of my day.
Yeah, I think I kind of clued the viewers into it when I saw Helmuth 4-bet twice in a row with deuce 7. I thought there was something.
There
that
must
was going
be
on.
some side action
yeah,
going
yeah.
on, especially when Phil Hellmuth raises with that hand.
And it was really good to see you beat him with deuce 7 against deuces too.
Yeah, but it was funny because he kept saying that it was so obvious that I had 7 deuce in that spot, but he has 2 deuce blockers there, so it would have been less likely that I had 7 deuce. But once Phil Hellmuth called me pre, I was like, ooh, I gotta. He must have a really good hand.
What do you think about? I thought that I don't know if you when you were sitting at the table that I thought Scott. I mean, I've never seen Scott Ball play. I thought he's playing really solid. And then Elke, like I mean, people think of Elke as like some maniac tournament player. One of the things that I seem to notice is that a lot of times when you see these tournament players that don't play a lot of no limit cash, when they play in a setting like this, they tend to play like super tight. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you know what's funny is I should probably know Elke's image better, but for some reason, yeah, I had the impression that he was kind of crazy, but maybe that is his tournament persona. But yeah, he played very tight, and then I actually was talking to someone else, and they said, yeah, Elke's pretty nitty, and I'm like, really? That wasn't my impression. But yeah, everybody's playing pretty solid. You know, Nanonoko started playing kind of crazy, and he's really tightened up his game as well, so.
The thing is, at this club, you just tell them you want chips, they bring them. You don't give
Let's
them
turn that up a little bit. Phil Locke is such a riot.
The greatest game ever. Welcome.
He just never stops, does he?
How much shit you want? I got a
No, he's so interesting. I love, like, I'm happy to listen to Phil Locke talk for an hour straight, just his own inner dialogue.
Well, he's flopped a set here. You know, Helmuth came in here and he was just talking about how many hands Phil Locke just makes. Somerville's open-ended, by the way, with a 5. So 6-4-7 here. Set of 6s against ace-5. 1,000 here and a call.
What's in the Twitch chat?
Well, that pretty much ends it.
Jason.
I think this might be the 3rd full house. We checked it back, though, Maria.
That's kind of a nice check back.
Yeah. Front door clubs. Well, Somerville's not going to bluff at it here.
Yeah, it's a bad river for Phil to get any value for sure.
And then boom. I've played with Phil quite a bit in tournaments and in cash games, actually, for a long time. He does some really out-of-the-box stuff. Like, he will... There was a $5,000 tournament a couple of years ago at the World Series where in the 2nd level, him and I were like the chip leaders. Like, when we get like 15,000 chips, we were both at 40,000. In the 2nd level, he moved all in for like 70,000 at like 50, 100 blinds with like a Jack 5. He had lived in with Jack 5 suited and moved all in with a Jack high flush draw. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Just he does crazy stuff.
Yeah, I haven't played much with Phil, but I've heard stories.
Oh, there's Jamie Kerstetter. Jamie Kerstetter from...
Just trying to be the best Jamie at the table.
I guess she's from New Jersey, right? I mean, I've known her. She's lived in L.A., but yeah, she's...
He's been folding. The Twitch chat's all over him.
Oh, no.
Played on Poker Night in America Ladies Nights many times.
Yep. I've actually never played
Holy
much
cow.
with Jamie, but I know that
Just
she
wait till I
plays
tell you what I
quite a
opened.
bit.
Like, you guys are talking about grinding and stuff.
I want the psychic flow, man.
Yeah, she's played on at least a few episodes, actually.
Where you have
Yeah. It's not that young. It's not that young.
We're equal in surging energy at this prop thing coming into it.
Just stuck at 4. We didn't see a flop.
And the straddle there from Phil Locke
Oh, we're
with
gonna see it.
10 deuce. Randy losing the hand. We don't exactly see what he has over there at seat 2. Jamie Staples in seat 9.
Gonna break even.
Randy's got Jack 7.
No, I don't
Ace
see
8 deuce here.
A little bit up on the pot. But you'll see the live Twitch. You'll see I played 82
I'm gonna go back and watch every minute of this.
Do you do a fair amount of twitching too yourself?
I had one Twitch stream so far. Just recently, I started my Twitch channel, and I was playing on WSOP.com the last time I was on live from Vegas during the World Series. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be twitching a lot more. It's so fun.
You have to
And I
watch
want to
our-
learn
we can-
some of
we
the
can
other
rewatch
games
our
like
field of flips, but I don't think that's
Hearthstone
anything
and
useful.
whatnot.
We
I'm like a
That's
gamer
right.
at heart, so I'm looking forward to playing some other
Well,
games
if that
on
had
Twitch
just
as
been
well.
over here, right? That would be bonus money.
Yeah, you got bonus 1,000 if you got that happy.
Now Lou now turns a pair. Staples had the best hand.
So we're playing a $200 7 deuce game.
And
we're doing a $200 runway.
I
PLO flip.
believe that Randy Lou, if I'm not mistaken,
So it's all I got. Oh,
check
$200 button Annie and
on the
$100
flop here
So basically my first
Wow.
with absolutely nothing. I think he's
No, if you want
reverse
to, that's
floating,
fine.
if I'm correct.
Yeah,
I think he
and-
check called with nothing, and then but he picked up a pair. And I see this before sometimes in the year where guys will like reverse float, but then they pick up a pair and then
they just go
shut it
try-
down.
hope to go to
yeah,
showdown,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it's like he was gonna pull some sort of big bluff, but then he hit a pair. So
That way, that way.
now the maniac bluff doesn't matter because
the
it's
information
I hit a
is
pair,
completely
so
useless, but I've
it's all
never
good.
played the hand like that ever in my life.
Well, it's for curiosity, and then we don't
Okay.
play 15 minutes, and then
Okay, that's
then we
fine.
do
Wait,
another trade
Somerville
when
and
you
Phil
win
Lack
that
are just
I can have to.
nonstop
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole day, huh?
They're playing some props right now. That's why. So I think every time they're talking, it's just about like who owes what.
And I had the ace 5 there. Just a straight draw.
It's actually.
So you had me drawing dead on
His
the turn,
button,
so I
I think,
could have
right?
rivered a pain.
Right, yeah.
You come in at the sick time.
That's what I'm saying. I almost never play the hand that way. That was
Still planning on coming
I
back.
was
to this
almost
game?
wandering the desert
Oh, there he
have
is.
dropped me off like half a mile.
I guess so. He's gonna.
Oh, you sat down and then left, Phil, but the internet wants you.
We definitely waited for him to leave before we restarted up the whole antes plus dead too much on the button because
Wait, Phil, what can we
want
pay you
that
to get you to
continue
stay?
for whatever reason. But
we
I
all
feel
get
like
you
he should
100,
because
will you play?
if it's gonna make us
I'll
play
pay you
looser and worse, Phil would be the first person to capitalize on that.
If we all give you 200,
Is
will
it
you
just
stay?
the inner knit in him that doesn't want that?
Are you playing tomorrow?
I don't know. Like Phil has more money than all of us
I
at
know,
this
that's
table.
the thing.
So I'm confused.
I don't understand it.
That was a good misdirect.
Yeah. They turned something crazy. There you go.
And someone's saying Randy didn't check call that he
Oh, they
bet
just-
on the flop. Okay.
okay.
Sorry about that. Sometimes if we look up and look down, you miss the action.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He didn't have much equity there with Jack 7 of clubs with that.
Yeah,
flop,
it didn't
so.
make a ton of sense.
That hurts for the floor again.
Dan's made a nice little comeback. I mean, he got
Yeah.
stuck real fast, and now he's up a little bit, I think.
4 clubs take it, you know they can't go, so just
that
do
case,
it.
we gotta, like,
Just like
spread out.
online.
Yeah, it's easy, you just click a button. Here I gotta choose the right amount of chips. It's confusing, but you get there eventually. Yeah, there you go.
So yep, we're here doing 2550. This is the Poker Night in America cash game, special cash game where we are here with poker players that stream out on Twitch, with the exception of Phil
High
Hellmuth.
enough, I think.
5,000 min, 20,000 cap. I'm
Yeah.
Bart Hansen. I'm joined here by Maria Ho right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
And this is
The
the
white
live
magic might
stream.
have less power with Mercury and
What did you
that
say?
sort of
Poker Night in
Mercury is
America
in
cash
Buffalo
game
Grade?
brought to you by
It's not a
888
fact.
Poker,
Well,
DraftKings,
that's going to counteract white power.
Giant Sunflower Seeds,
well-known fact.
Crush Live Poker.
Ask any astrologist.
What's retrograde?
That's where it's like STP, the motor oil, but super jacked.
So you want to hear what it actually is? Or you want to keep going believing that?
Retrograde is when do I get $25 if I get it close enough to that Wikipedia
sure.
explanation?
No, I'm not even like 100% sure what the explanation should be. I just remember it from a long time ago.
It's the time in its orbit where it's its closest proximity point to the sun is at the closest. It's the it's swinging by and it has its closest
It
period.
says Dan's in his hand, but it's not
I
showing
think
him.
that's the triple
Yeah,
black.
Dan's in the hand here, and Scott. They have Elky, who's not in
Oh,
the hand, so.
then I guess maybe that was Dan's 9 deuce that he called without it a bid.
No, I think they just have it up, just it is a manual. Somebody in the back actually selects the hand. They've just selected the wrong hand that's up right now. So we can see that Scott's in the hand here. Ace deuce of hearts. We don't know what
I'm
Dan's hand
grateful
is.
because I have to understand.
But who needs you in the game? You're gonna play like
You're gonna fold kings when you're beating 2 spots and just know it.
when you're beat, and you're gonna put it all on with second pair when it's good. Like,
Yeah, we know your
that's
stuff.
still good. I mean, you know.
Phil,
Don't worry, Phil, I'll be
last
here.
time I showed up, you took my seat, and this time you're leaving as soon as I'm here. What the hell?
Wow.
Are you scared?
I would call him and put him in that seat, but that would just drive me crazy. So every time.
Every time he's just punishing you, every time. You could. Maybe he would come. Do you want to find someone for that seat, or no? Well, we were thinking maybe,
No, don't say.
okay, no, we're not going to
Trying
say
to
anything.
go through the hand, see what Dan
No,
has.
no, no.
No, no.
No, there's no guessing what
I
happened.
really like being so close to Phil, but yeah, sure, whatever you guys want.
Looks like Phil just picked up though, right?
Yeah. I think Phil's done. He was pretty aggravated right off the bat, which obviously doesn't take much to get
I'm gonna
Phil
put 200
upset.
in.
Your straddle, Scott?
Straddle for the Scott on the one.
Mercury in retrograde.
So, what I understand.
I don't know if Sam is
Keeping
on
track
deck
of
to
Mercury
play.
retrograde periods can allow you to increase your productivity and avoid at least some of
Go to
the...
Wikipedia so you find the truth first.
What is Mercury retrograde?
I think it's when Mercury appears to kind of move backward in the sky, because we used to think that planets had retrograde orbits.
So you had a
Oh, yeah,
really
that's
good summer
cute. We
though,
call it that,
didn't you,
yeah.
Bart?
Earth
Really
was,
good World Series.
You would think so on paper, which is funny enough. You know, when you look at,
How much?
you know, I probably played in 30 events and I cashed 7 times with, I don't know, maybe 4 times in a top 12 or something. But if you don't finish in like the top 5 a few times when you play in that many events,
Right.
like I
That's a
probably
tough time
broke
to be
even in
smart.
tournaments.
Yeah, it's
I-
tough.
You have to just take your
Yeah.
knowledge and thoughts to.
I mean, there's just so much.
study.
vibe.
Yeah, there's just so many. I mean, I played in a bunch of 10Ks, so
It's like, oh, that's pretty.
I had a couple opportunities to go really far at the end, and I got unlucky towards the end.
Now you're a
So
very strong spot. Very
especially in the 10,008, I got a little bit unlucky. Jamie here with Ace King, gonna put out a C bet here against Elky.
I was getting a lot of ace kings in that seat, and they were not
We do like dinner
flopping.
orders? Is that what we did? When is dinner supposed
Now
to be?
Elky's check calling here with King Queen of Hearts. He picks up a heart draw.
Yeah, I think he had, you know,
Spicy cheese pizza.
2 overs, backdoor flush draws, good enough.
There's a bar here. Everything's
But I
different.
I
think
mean, I won't eat anything other
Well, now he's gonna check call lead when the top card pairs.
I kind of like that. I think
Yeah, let's do something solid.
it's tough for her to call
I'll
in
stay
that
with
spot.
Phil then.
And Jamie just folds.
Purely from the gambling point of view, I will play the whole game out just because Phil.
Yeah, we
is
were
like,
talking outside during lunch. You actually got sick in the middle of the summer, right?
Yeah, I
Okay,
had
cool.
pneumonia
Let's
this
do some,
summer,
give us some-
which is just the worst.
Please
I
give us
mean,
those sweet, sweet
I
cards.
was
Okay,
on
let's
bed
put this
rest
money on the
for
table now. And
a
then-
few
or at least
weeks.
move it
Up here,
Okay.
on the table.
Up on the table.
You put more
That's
money under your chair, Bob.
No,
Tough. I mean, obviously the World Series is
Okay.
difficult enough.
so let's do the
Yeah.
contact
You know,
from,
it's a grind enough.
Horrible timing, obviously.
Bonus spades.
And it was worse because it was already halfway through the series when I had lost a ton of buy-ins already, and then I had to miss the rest of the series except for the main event, basically.
That's from old
But I
days.
have my.
But you played the main event though,
I
right?
did. I was well enough to play just in time.
I don't know the protocol.
I don't know if the players are going on a little bit of a break here or what.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna watch some Jay Carver and Phil Locke side action PLO flips.
Are we taking a break here? Sure. Is that are we were we on a scheduled break or?
No idea. If you want to take a break, I will.
Do you want to go to commercial?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna take a break here. I don't know if we're gonna be back with Maria or not. If we're not, thank you, Maria, for coming by.
I might be back for a little bit.
Okay.
I like you.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate that.
welcome.
You might be one of the few, according
Oh,
to
that's-
these Twitch
No.
chatters.
People can be mean on the internet.
All right, yeah, no, that's true. That's true. All right, guys. So we'll probably be back in 5-10 minutes. I'm glad that everything is going smoothly now. We get the audio up, we get the cards up. So we'll see you right around the corner. And we're back. Right here. So we currently have seat 5 open. I'm Bart Hansen here, joined by Maria Ho. In a second, we can see that we've got Jamie Kerstetter, Randy Liu in seat 2. We've got Dan O'Brien in seat 5, who's making a raise here to 1,200 with King Jack. Jason Somerville in seat 3. Phil Locke over there in seat 4.
They can't just call, you know, they all have to push me out.
Elkie
All these young kids just.
in seat 7. Scott Ball from Twitch in seat 8. And Jamie Staples, Twitch streaming extraordinaire over there in seat 9. It looks like we've got a pre-flop war going on here. Haven't had a lot of pre-flop kind of craziness. But looks like Randy Liu has 4-bet. And actually, I don't know if Maria remembers this hand, but we did have one kind of funky free 4-bet thing with Randy Liu and Daniel Negreanu, like in the first 20 minutes. And Daniel thought he was bluffing with ace-10. He 4-bet Randy. Randy ended up having king-queen suited, called the 4-bet from out of position, and Daniel shoved on an 8-9-6 board. He actually had the best hand. Showed it, but he actually had the best hand with ace-10.
Seven deuce, seven deuce.
And Dan's going to fold there. I mean, you would say, coming from like a no-limit online kind of 6-max background, that if anyone, if you were going to give the edge to like pre-flop wars in a 100 BB like stack situation, I mean, you'd have to give the edge to Randy Liu pretty much over anybody. I mean, the guy played like what 25 tables at a time of 2-4 in some of the toughest online games like in the world constantly over and over again.
You guys had a balance running. I remember.
And that's not taking away from anybody else, you know, at the table. But
We have to trim that off now. So yeah, just heads up and then flop.
looks like they're doing a PLO flip again. These are always fun.
Oh, that's
I like
a
my
triple
card.
black for me. So I get
Except
two.
for
But
Okay. I don't have anything.
Can't even get an 8 to king high.
No, you're good. Deuce. Still have nothing. Have queen high. I'm losing to both of you guys with high cards right now.
I'm gonna need a 6.
I mean, nobody has a 5, right?
I have a 5.
Oh, you have a 5.
Oki's smashing here.
Okay.
So this is just like a pure flip, right?
Oh,
Going for, yeah.
I have a full house. Not
You
the
have a
biggest
straight.
one, though.
I have a straight.
as Jason Somerville would call it, a pork
I have an
shot.
8.
Yeah.
Five full of threes.
I lose.
My straight beats you.
They just deal out 4 cards, and whoever has the best PLO hand
Just
wins.
because I have a 5?
Raise 4.
Yes, you need to have a pocket pair.
Huh?
Or
Yeah, but I have a
or an
five.
8 or a
Congratulations,
5.
you win the same as me.
Yeah, you need a king, jack 10, or 8 or 5, Dan.
But I win 1, so I'll pull it back.
You pull back one.
So you netted 1 on that.
Yeah.
Then you have to make a hand.
And I have 2 pair.
God, so sick.
It's a nice starting hand, though.
Okay.
I thought it was 10 of
So
clubs.
toss me 1,000. Or we can add it to our balance.
Let's add to the balance. I want to keep my money on the table.
Elkie's the champ.
Have they just been deciding to just like periodically do this in between hands?
They just do it every dealer change.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to text you that, Dan, because I'm never going to remember.
We're straddling?
You know, here, just take this.
The button does not move.
Better this way?
And it was Jason's
Yeah.
idea, because I guess in between his prop bets with Phil Locke, it's still not enough action.
Yeah, let's keep it, right?
200 ante is definitely the one that we need
Yeah,
for sure.
we need to keep that
That's
rolling.
more important than this.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I won 1 off you that hand? Total?
You
net?
netted 1, yeah.
Netted 1?
Scoop 2 on the phenomena of 3
black cards.
But they weren't all the same suit.
You would have ended up winning, breaking even if you had taken the 2K. I said, no,
Yep.
keep it all simple, 1, 1, 1. There you go. I'm just pointing it out.
I know.
So what did you guys used to gamble on? I feel like it was.
Oh, StarCraft.
StarCraft, yeah.
What kind of, how do you guys gamble?
We would bet on all the GSL matches and stuff.
Or just who would win?
Yeah, just straight up.
Yeah, with the pinnacle lines. It's like, I think 300 was like our base bet.
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy. We had one small profit for getting to diamond and 2v2s.
Oh yeah, we lost. That was brutal.
We lost that one, yeah.
Now I'm just masters on my
Just
own.
regular.
Mashing.
Just regular props, yeah. Queen in the door, still got 1,000.
Are those lines for 8K now? Like, is there a lot of volume?
I mean,
Scott Ball with
back in the
Jack
day, I
10
thought I had
here.
a reasonable edge because I watched a lot. But they're also like really wide lines, so it's hard to beat. These days, I don't know.
Looks like Scott's gonna semi-bluff here with the open-ended straight draw. That's gonna
Nothing wrong
be-
with semi-bluffing, right?
No.
We played. We were
Should
playing-
take it down, and he does.
And we
Yeah.
played like several games.
There it
against, Pilly and someone else, like Grandmasters.
Oh, nice.
And we beat them 2 out of 3 games.
Speaking of all these
And then we,
games these guys are
watched
talking
them
about, I was
in, like, a
reading
match
something
the
as I was
next day.
preparing for this whole Twitch
very
thing.
cool.
You know who Eric Froelich is? Or
Yeah, of
yeah.
course. Mhm.
He's like a professional Magic player.
Mhm.
So it got me thinking. I used to play Magic cards like for 1 year when I was like a freshman in high school. I asked my
What are you
mom
playing these days?
to look for my Magic cards in the back of my closet like the other day.
Yeah.
And she found them. And apparently, like, I have some cards that have, like, some value. Some, I don't know if
You
you know
should
anything.
look- you
Like,
should
bylands.
look.
You know what bylands are?
No,
Dual lands?
I don't
You were
know
never into that
anything
stuff?
about Magic,
Do you know
but-
dual lands? I have revised
Australia 2007.
That's what I was speaking.
I tweeted about it a couple days ago. I'm gonna
1,000?
go home for that over Christmas.
Bankroll
and take a look at
builder.
that.
I think, yeah, what do you think about that?
Joaquin and Quick Love. I like Joaquin and Quick Love.
Of course you do. Come on.
But someone told me that like Huckseed was getting into like Magic the Gathering too or something.
Is that because you think
I was ready.
like how many should you
Don't do 7 inch.
Did you have 2 red
I
deuces
have
No
over
more
there?
money in
I have
poker.
to
Yeah.
wait.
Could have had 2 red deuces. That would make a lot of sense.
What is Hearthstone? Is that
It's like a card game. I feel like I've heard it being. I don't really know exactly. I've heard it compared
That
to
would still be
Magic,
probably too much
but
of an adjustment.
I just
You
know
could make
it's a
it
card-based
probably
game.
have been equally efficient.
But I heard it's fairly easy to
ambitious
learn.
for
Obviously,
my
hard
investments.
to
Yeah.
be good at it, but they
Wednesday.
said that if you're kind of looking for a secondary game, it's an easy one to
Taking
kind of
that
pick
back.
up
2
and
days of
play.
ending up by stacking
recreationally.
two rounds, eating pizza and going home.
That sounds like a nice couple days.
Yeah.
Frosted,
Yeah, I
I
heard that.
see you
That's
saying
why
you
I
want to see
requested
Marijo versus
pizza.
Daniel
So
Negreanu
I
best
can
of
eat
20
real
in
food
Hearthstone.
at home.
That might happen because I plan on going on Daniel's stream and playing that with him.
Has Daniel been streaming Hearthstone? stuff?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is so addicted.
Couldn't let him be the lone guy.
He literally, I know that he's stayed in, like, we were in Monte Carlo for the EPT, and he literally stayed in his room all day one day in Monte Carlo just to play Hearthstone. Forget about the sites, forget about the live action. Twitching Hearthstone.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to eat dinner and stay.
Jason's straddled here. Uh-oh, and here we go again with the Deuce 7. Now, Jamie Staples has taken it pretty hard
into the pot if I
here
get
from
a
some of
hand.
the viewers
All you
with
have to do is have a slightly
how
different
tight he's played, but he
hand.
has
The hand.
he's had Deuce 7 a few times, and from what I've seen, he's played it. He's been trying to get the bounty. But Randy Lou, man, the guy is a beast. I mean, he's just nonstop. Pre. Non-stop pre.
Betting's the
He
fun
is
part
just
of
not
poker.
scared.
I really want to see Jamie just go with this one, especially against
Yeah, but he's
Lou.
got like 9,000 now in front of him now. I
Yeah.
mean,
But especially against Randy Lou, and especially because Jamie has such a tight image.
yeah.
You know, he knows that. Randy's really. Oh, I think he's
So you're killing it.
going for it. No? Yeah.
The 4-bet?
Very early. It's too late.
Did he just?
Make it
I think
bigger.
he 4-bet. Yeah, the 4-bet.
I
Now,
love it.
now this is what I'm talking about, though. If there's any guy that knows about pre-flop wars and could maybe smell something up, it's Randy Lou.
Right. But
know.
Jamie's been so tight that I just feel like he might just give this one up here. Obviously, the 7 deuce is a consideration for Lou. That might be a hand that Jamie has. But at the end of the day, it's just one hand out of the many value hands Jamie could have here. So, but I don't know. I think I would have made it bigger if I were Jamie.
Yeah, I think it. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's about to it's about to be
Here we
turned face up.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
200. Ship it to Jamie Staples.
Well deserved.
Nice.
That is,
Nice
yeah.
work, Jamie.
Every other one I've been like, fuck, but that was great.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well earned.
That was well earned, yeah.
Yeah.
For those people that
Wow.
tuned
That's a
into the
sick
stream
ROI.
now or after we discuss this, if you guys are wondering why people are playing 7 deuce so aggressively, it's because we have a side bet where if you win with 7 deuce at any point, it just has to be shown. If you win with the hand, then everybody at the table gives you 200. So that's another, you know, earlier when there were 9 players, that's another, you know, 1,600 right there that you could pick up just by
You see
taking
how
it
he was
down.
playing? He was not checking, that's for sure.
He was not checking.
No, he was gonna bet like 5,000. Just like a used jet ski.
What do you think about playing? Do you like the 7 deuce game? I mean, the thing with the 7 deuce game,
I like the jet ski.
if I'm in a soft table where people don't bluff enough, where I
You
can
could have put it right there.
Right, I
Imagine it.
have a handle
Phil's
over the
jet
game
ski. You could have had
with
it.
a
It could have been yours. Could've
good
got you back.
approach of like bet folding a lot for
Dan
value,
Lillard
which I
could've
talk
bought
about
you
on
a
my
jet ski.
site,
Think
Crush
about
Like
the
Poker.
plug
I don't
you
like the
could've
7
got.
deuce game because why would I want to add any type of bluffing frequency to my opponent's game? You know what I mean?
I completely agree. And I think especially when you're playing at a table full of good players that are perfectly capable of already taking enough bluff spots,
Yeah.
you know, no reason to give them even more incentive. I agree.
I like to play the pokey too. I like to play.
Flop junkies. That's the black 3 of spades. That's 2 you owe me right here, just letting you know. Gotcha.
Looks like
Wow, you
Jamie
felt it.
Kerstetter flop top pair here.
Yeah, I got black.
Phil Lock has middle
Yeah,
pair.
check.
Yep, and Jamie was the pre-flop raiser on the button. And that's like a check insta-call there from Phil Lock. I mean, the chips were already, they were already there on the table. Check, check. River's a king. Brings in Jack 10.
9.
This is kind of sometimes where I wonder too, like from people from like a tournament background. I'm not even specifically talking about Jamie, that where they check back the turn a lot more than guys who play cash games. Just you know, that 4 is such a disconnected card.
All this is mine now?
You know, although against a guy like Phil, who's like capable of actually bluffing on the turn, I just don't do a whole lot of pot controlling that much anymore.
Yeah, but also, you know, Phil loves to, like, Phil would happily call multiple streets. So, I agree.
That's what I
I think,
mean.
right, I agree. So I think that,
Now you're up
I
10.
missed out on a bet there.
In the gambling side stuff. You can send me a marker down.
And that's definitely my, something that I need to be more aware of when I make the shift between tournaments and cash games, because I definitely play way more tournaments now than I do cash games, but I need to remember that, you know, you don't need to be pot controlling that much in cash games.
Zach plays poker. Maria, what's the sickest bluff you've ever run?
Sickest bluff? Oh,
Yeah, I have a new threshold of excitement.
it was actually at
You did
Moonstar,
great, dude. That was
where it was in the 5K tournament. I actually ended up winning that one, but we were down to 2 or 3 tables, and I actually
How cool is that?
got
That's why the
somebody to
game is
fold
so
top
great.
set of aces on, I believe it was like an ace, 9, 6,
500.
king,
That was like, like a 6K ball.
Oh, is it like a different chip?
queen
but it just has like
board maybe. So I had jacks, and I just so I had, you know, 2 blockers for you know, the Broadway there, and I just ended up check jamming on the river.
100%.
And
can't see below
I
the
can't
table
believe
anyway.
it folded a set of aces there. It's pretty crazy.
Dude, on
That was
stream,
a
I
nice
never wore
bluff.
pants.
I showed it because the people demanded it to be shown. I never usually show bluffs, but
My shoes are way too nice.
I can't believe it worked actually.
Then we're flip-flops.
No,
I actually
I'm
thought
sorry,
his hand was a
for-
lot
to be
weaker.
wearing
I don't
that.
think I would ever really try to bluff somebody off the set in that spot, off top set.
So you made the wrong read, but it worked.
Yeah, exactly. I thought his range was a lot weaker, but I think the way that I played my hand, it looked pretty nutted.
Drilling, and you had the better hand too.
I did.
Jeez, Wendy's fault for folding, to be honest.
It's happened to me a few times. When she did it to me, I had her do 7 beat.
By the way, that was the first time in our prop bet history that the black and the middle card hit in the same time. We never had the winner. It was always been just neutral.
Yeah,
First time that was a bonus.
It was.
Just a moment to reflect on, right?
One of the other things too, that if people are watching this and they're not necessarily super familiar with poker, talking about Randy Lou here with the 10-6 of hearts, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's pretty close that he might have
if there's like a
logged
multiplier on
more
the turn and stuff. I'm
hands
trying to figure out if he's just healing to try
than
and hit, like, the
anyone
three of
during
spades.
like 2011 to 2013. Like some crazy number like that. Talking about these people that are into Twitch that play like a lot of video games. Like he played so many online hands that it or one of the top guys. Like just the sheer volume of online hands. You know, thinking about like the same type of skill sets of playing video games versus playing online poker. Like he just played a massive amount. Like he was multi-tabling king of the universe. You know,
he was saying that I think he's played over 12 million hands on Stars alone.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Next time.
Here we go here again with our chip counts.
Yeah, you have to
We say ranking in a cash game. It's not really a ranking, but we know that lots start with $20,000. Actually, these are actually dollars.
Boom. It's not
Actually,
even.
kind of looks more like a tournament chip. These are actually dollars. Locks start with 20,000, so he's up 25,000.
Fantasy poker.
Pretty sure
That's how
Dan
you keep
Ryan
your
started
brain
with
occupied
10,000,
sometimes, you know?
so he's up 10,000. Randy Lou is.
No, Dan's in.
You fold? You remember what
He is
had?
in for 20, so Dan's about even.
Could I have won that?
Randy Lou, I know, had rebought a few times too.
Yeah.
He was
He was
kind of.
firing in the beginning.
What was the deal with that
We all
four bet all
basically
in
got
with the
deuce
king
seven
10? That
bets
didn't make a whole lot of sense to me against
Oh, yeah,
Negrano's
dealt
king
it.
queen.
God.
Didn't seem like it had a lot of full
Yeah,
equity. Yeah,
I didn't understand that either,
Yeah.
actually.
Trying to win with it. Haven't seen that.
And especially,
Everyone's
honestly,
doing it.
Daniel's going to
Successful,
gamble in
so
that
it's
spot.
kept
Like,
it
Daniel actually thought he was behind because he thought for sure Randy has to have it in that spot.
Right,
But
right.
Daniel's the kind of person that'll just end up calling there.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah,
First one.
we both had her. You had
First
her
header
better than
here,
me,
gonna
though.
open with ace queen suited.
The one she had 7 deuce and beat Bill.
Yeah.
You had a 10, right?
He was trapping with
Yeah,
the deuces.
Jack and Jack, oh yeah.
That was a sick trap. He was trapping with the deuces.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That's bonus stuff. Something, 3 of a
3,000.
something.
You take it.
It's 3, I got 3.
You got 3,000.
Oh my lord.
If that deuce down
I'll
in the
just
middle
tell you, I
field,
just lost 3,000 this hand, so
Chase it.
Just letting them know.
Chase it.
just a heads up here.
Phil, if that deuce were in the middle.
It would have
Jamie
been a
makes a
super
pretty
scooper.
That would have been the
optimistic
biggest pain, yeah.
C-bet
The
here.
net possible pain.
The funny thing is, this
Ace
little
queen
1K
spades.
dibbly
You can see
dibbly
that,
stibbly on the
Jason's
side.
got
We're doing
At least a 7.
1, 2,
Yeah, I think
4s,
I'd
and
probably
6s
just check
earlier.
that
Like,
hand.
this is low
in
key.
this
here.
spot.
Average result is like 1,800.
Unless you're
1,500.
willing to just fire all
He's
the
already
way,
drilled
but
me,
there's
you know?
not a lot
I'm
of
just trying to
good
get
turn
unstuck.
cards for you to fire anyway once you get called.
Stuck 6 now. I want to get dealt.
Yeah,
the
maybe that's
Jamie
another,
do 7.
uh,
I haven't been dealt the do 7
That's
yet.
another. You know, we were talking
Jamie
about her
just
chicken
gets it,
back
no
to queen
problem.
10. Maybe another thing that I
He
might
gets a
see
four too.
people that play a lot of
And he gets
tournaments
the fold.
is, they
If
tend to
you
play
get-
tighter and
if you get
they
in and
tend
you
to
get
just
shoved on, it's like,
see bet just more. Like they just throw one
feel
bet
like
out no
I'm
matter
gonna
what the
lose between
situation
7 all my
is. She's
money.
betting here as a bluff here. She doesn't have a
That's definitely
diamond.
a possibility.
And,
Probably
if
most
Jason doesn't have
likely.
a diamond, it's going to be difficult for him to call.
He's gonna fold it 3-4.
She bets 550 here. Pretty small. 550 into about 1,700.
I wonder if Jason's thinking if she would have bet the turn with just a diamond draw instead of checking it out of position.
And also, what is the bare minimum for her value betting
Yeah.
here? Like, is she betting
but
the
it wasn't
queen
that
of
big.
diamonds
It
here?
wasn't that big of a.
You know, if she's only betting the king plus, then she's pretty polarized here at the end. Well, he's gonna call.
Ace high.
Does he have a diamond? That's the question. He doesn't. He called with king 7. See?
watch his
Yep.
channel on the
I think maybe her line just didn't make that much sense for her having a diamond.
polarized cap ranges.
I think he thinks she's gonna
Also, I lost 3K that
check
hand,
call a
so
lot of times.
I was the wrong guy to bluff that hand.
Yeah.
Lost money in hand.
If he had won the side thing, you might
Or
have
maybe
said,
he's just stuck and he just wanted.
What's 500?
He said he lost 3K in prop bets for the hand because they're playing red black with the triples and the diamonds. So there you go.
Yada yada.
When you call, I was done 3K, fuck it.
There you go.
Oh, you was 3K, please. Flop, so.
And Jason definitely does not like folding, so I think somebody said that in the chat.
Jason, you should write a book just so that you can put that quote by Phil on the back.
That's right. Phil Locke
Phil Locke said this, and the thing, and the, yeah.
Wow, so now I have nothing on my side of the carpet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can you have 6 somewhere in
Yeah.
the world from that.
Yeah.
It could be in your FAQ. Right beside.
There you
Do I
go.
know Dan Butts
Phil
again?
Locke approved. I think I just took that out after like 2 years of streaming.
Wait, do you? I'm just
The worst part is I get raising hands, but why can't I get a do 7 raising hand? I
Yeah,
should just be earning on the side.
you'd be making
But
two-
no, I
2,000
have to
on
get
it.
like other hands. You know, hands
on the side.
I'm gonna get a do 7 too.
Whining and winning. That's how it works, right? And then you're gonna have like 80K.
No, the do 7 is the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's winning with style, you know? Winning with hands. Like look at King 7, that's how you win. You show like
That's a good win.
tricky, delicate, tough, grindy,
Tricky, delicate, tough, grindy.
and then you just
Yeah.
crack it out. You know, this is
When he's
real
a set,
hand.
it's like, what the hell, kind of boring. Anybody can win me the set.
Next time I'm just gonna have a better 7, and he's gonna be like, oh my god, I should quit.
I really
Quit
thought about
poker.
raising. I was like, this could be one of those
Just in
situations
case.
where I call and she goes, just 2 blackjacks.
Just ace
I'm like,
7.
oh, well, there you go.
Robert
feel worse if I
Corey
just snapped
wanted to
him
know
over and,
why
like,
didn't
give me
I
a-
continue with Queen Jack on that Queen
But
XX
honestly, I
board.
would've felt the same amount as I felt
Well, in
with
that
the
hand,
so.
You checked because you
yep.
checked after being pre-flop raiser, right?
Right. I just feel like that's kind of a 2-street hand, multi-way, and the flop was like Queen 8-7, 2 clubs or something, and I had Queen Jack of spades. I was planning to check call, but once Dan raised, it's kind of hard for me to just cold call that out of position. And then there's a lot of turn and river cards that I think I'll be faced with a pretty tough decision, and Randy was also behind me. So I don't know. I think if it was heads up, I mean, in general, it doesn't even really matter if it's heads up or 3-ways. I think that kind of board texture with Randy and Dan O'Brien calling pre-flop, I think it's more of a 2-straight hand. I don't think I'm ever going to get 3 streets of value with just Queen Jack there. And I really just didn't feel like bloating the pot there. So I had every intention of check calling,
I feel
but
like
Randy bet,
that might not be
Dan
true. If your friends are
raised,
really good at needling you can
and they
feel
ended up
more
actually
pain.
both having Jack 8. So
That's just about
Kind of like that 9-8 hand where it's like you almost you change your plan based upon what ends up happening behind you.
yeah,
You know, it's like you were gonna check call, but then it goes bet raise, and you're like, well, you can't really call now. You have to. Just,
yeah. I think certain boards, obviously, just
Yeah.
very wet boards in general, make multi-way. It kind of puts you in a tough spot, and so you kind of want to see and being out of position. I was the pre-flop raiser, but being out of position after the flop, it's just kind of hard to know how far you want to take that hand. So
Scott here is gonna raise it to
It's like I won't go
300,
back to Dan
and
O'Brien.
Randy is gonna continue here to play his game, and he's gonna pound with a 3-bet. But from out of position here.
Here we go.
So
But
here
if
we
you
go.
beat me,
And
or
these
if I
guys are
beat you in
both
Yeah, I'll
pretty
take it off
deep,
my credit.
almost
No, you have to
9 or
continue.
10,000
Oh, I'll take it back. Yeah,
effective.
that's fine.
Pocket 9s against Queen 10. Well, there's the Queen.
Yeah, just one little baby.
Yeah, there is no 8 out there. We're getting a misregistered card. The board is Queen 4-3.
Well, what other languages do you speak besides English?
There we go.
It's top secret.
Scott's definitely not going to fold this flop. Check calling 1 always there.
Yeah.
Turn is
I'm glad you
8.
gave me the warning first.
Yeah, that's
there you go.
unfortunate
Okay.
flop, I think.
Don't dig, don't even ask
for Scott,
questions.
really.
Don't even Google it. Don't have any idea.
Especially against Randy. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Randy might get max value. Well, now Randy decides
Okay, don't even dig. Okay.
to check call here.
Okay. We don't speak
Yeah, he
like
check
Gaelic or
calls, and
anything, right?
he-
There's no,
you know,
like, secret
he's
ancestral,
probably
like,
gonna
anything like
check
that?
call and then maybe check with the intention. Well, now it's different. I was gonna say he might check with the intention of check folding and then have it go check a lot. He actually checked the river anyways.
I would like to see him lead, actually. Kind of looks a little bluffy there.
It's a weird. Yeah, it's definitely a. It's a weird little spot for sure.
Smell it. You knew that this board is letting me take my belt.
Nothing suspicious going on. You've done a good job of voluming up in the last couple hours.
I got a lot of green chips.
I wonder what that
Volume-
means.
this
I
is
wonder what
volume
that
up.
means. If you have a lot of green chips. I have no green chips. So sick.
So sick. God, hand of the day certainly has to be the 7 deuce re-raise by Jamie Staples. Come on.
for sure.
That's got to be hand of the day. That's my vote for sure. That was a sick hand.
I agree, and I lost the hand too.
Yeah. I mean, I had king queen that hand, and I almost re-raised, and I said no. I believe
someone's got.
I believe someone's got
the
me beat
re-raise.
here.
How about the king
Yeah.
queen beating Helmuth twice?
That was
Even
good.
though it was a raise,
That was good. That was up there
Getting
too.
2 pair on the first box to reduce the chances.
That was up there as well.
Man.
350.
That's right, buddy. It's so hard not to root against Phil. Cause I don't want.
Because you want the rant. You don't care about his net worth.
Yeah,
you just want
yeah.
to see the rant.
It's just entertainment. If you provide max entertainment when you're losing, that's not my fault.
Oh, that's it. You take the 2,000. You take it. Do I owe you one? Okay,
in
just.
depletion mode.
I'm in depletion mode. That's right.
4.
All right, I owe 2 right now.
Wow, 2 so hearts.
3 hearts out there.
How much did you do so far for what?
1,000 if it's in the middle.
Check, check. Reverse at 10. And Somerville with a 4 has the best of it.
2 pair.
4 10s 3.
You hurt Dan O'Brien on that hand.
Trying to hurt you that hand. 2 red cards. Let's see it flop.
Oh, right.
That's how it all began. And I actually lost more.
Oh, right.
You lost money on that.
I still lost money.
Okay,
on that
so
hand.
let's do this. Why don't I loan you 8? I mean, why don't I loan you 10 and give you 8? Then we're even.
Am I picking?
Well, I'm going to just break out the Aria flag. We'll just go back to that.
Then I'll give
People
you,
who are
We'll
asking
just
who's in the
trade,
booth
yeah,
with
exactly.
Bart, it's
got a deal.
Maria
Never had to
here,
like adjust
Just
river
waiting
bluffing
for my
frequencies
taxi.
based on if he's winning or losing props.
hanging out.
There's too much
Gonna be
going
back
on.
tomorrow to play. Hopefully Daniel will be drinking tomorrow so that I can not
It'd be a lot scarier if they
seem
didn't tell us
like an
what
alcoholic
prop
drinking
is.
alone.
Like, is he winning this prop or not? Should I bluff or not?
It's not
I'm
quite.
only down 3K. I don't care anymore.
It's not quite big enough to really change things, but to hurt Dan and Phil the same hand, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go in there with the
Yeah, I
old
think
Jack
that was a
Corey.
really good call.
Thanks, dude. I was relying on my post-flop expertise to navigate me to
Yeah, it was
victory.
really good.
Did get you to
I
victory.
did.
I feel like
that's
everybody's playing pretty solid here, especially given the fact that we have an ante plus, dead button, straddles, etc. It's definitely a tough lineup, especially when everyone's playing pretty solid and nobody's getting too out of line and playing too many hands pre.
better than my hand.
You were suited.
No, he was not. No, I just did
I meant
red.
to say you were.
I was colored.
Yeah.
So I had the red.
Colored? What's being colored?
I had the 2 red cards. That was about it.
Whatever, I don't even know what it means.
I turned to flush draw too.
I
I just love how Dan is like seething a little bit. I gotta say.
I'm
love it.
embarrassed for you.
I think, come on, you gotta just defend once in a while.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Jungle likes to defend so aggressively to the point where I think he's doing a mistake.
Maybe.
He defends 2-7 and 8-3 as well. I saw it.
That's crazy. And
what
there's probably
doesn't
not
he
even a
defend?
button ante in his game.
Literally nothing.
There you go.
I think it's too wide. He defends almost everything in that. In
Might
the
be.
Premier League, he was defending everything.
Yeah, right. Is that based on maybe the structure though, because of the point structure of
I
that
don't know, I
thing?
just thought it was crazy.
The key to poker is not folding. That's the secret.
Big help.
Yeah. That's the crucial thing. That's it.
Scott Ball's got ace queen here.
To hear that. Key to poker is not folding.
I'm not playing, but it's fine. It's like a little humming here.
And Elke is the one that's raised. And Elke's probably the tightest player at the table, actually. I think
Yeah,
he
and I
actually
think-
might be tighter than Jamie Staples.
Yeah, I think that's why Scott just calls him there with ace queen, even though I think Elke raised and I guess it wasn't very late position.
Now you're back to having me down 7. Very strong stuff. Wow, those ones are tough.
873 Rainbow.
750.
Elky's got the best of it. Randy, though, has got the top end of an open-ended straight draw with 2 overcards.
Are you in town all week long? You got,
No, I actually have to fly back to LA Wednesday night.
oh yeah.
So we're probably gonna have to watch this stuff separately.
Yeah, sure.
1950.
I was going.
Because I'll probably do it
I
right
was
when
thinking about going to LA this week also. But maybe next week I'll go instead.
And Randy's going to raise it. Randy is going to raise it up here. Now, we saw Elky
What's your
fold
favorite
kings
California
on a
city,
rainbow
if
board
that's not
before.
G14 classified, like
It's
you
not.
just said?
But that was
LA.
against
LA, yeah.
a bet and a call on a check raise by
But
Helen.
That seems like a
didn't
terrible
live in
choice.
Right,
California.
that situation was
You know,
definitely
just- well,
a lot different, but
You have
he is
Sabre
going to
on
give it
the
up
other
again.
side.
Yep.
lives there and they play all
I don't
my
know if
friends
Elky's
live
just
there. But if I
folding
was
an
visiting and I
overpair
didn't live
straight
in California,
to
then
Randy
I would
Lou
live
there.
in San Francisco.
San Francisco, okay, yeah.
That's if I'm visiting and I don't live.
But
in
Randy
the
might
city.
feel like he's going to be able to get a card, even if
But I mean,
Elky calls.
I have to live in
Right.
the city
Maneuver
that I
the
think
pot.
is the best city
Yeah, that would make sense.
right now.
Where would you
I think Scott started with about 5,000,
Having
so
just
he's up a
visited
little
San Diego
bit
last
there.
weekend, San Diego
And
was
seat
beautiful.
6.
That one's good.
I lived there for a little while.
Jamie
mean,
bought
San
in for
Diego?
5. She's down just a
It's a very
tad.
beautiful city.
Yeah, I really
Jamie
enjoyed my time there. My
Staples,
first
wow.
time there. Everyone was
Yeah,
super
he's up
nice.
almost
had a cool poker
10,000.
action, things like that.
I think
mean,
Elky bought in for 10K as well.
And the beaches
yeah,
are
you can
more.
rent bikes and
Little
drive around the
surprised
bay and,
when
like, I mean, come on,
Somerville
that's
got
awesome.
it in with 10s.
There's
We were
more
there
places to
against
wake surf and
Jamie's
stuff than,
kings.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
You don't
what?
drive to the bay and there's-
My understanding of how Scott was planning to play was fairly tight coming into this, so
Oh, that was against Scott's kings, yeah.
yeah, I think it was pretty ambitious for him to just
You need a
put
helicopter to live in
When can I
LA.
do
Scott
that?
on
It's like,
ace
I better wait
king
till
there.
tomorrow evening. It's, I can't live that way.
Yeah,
And sometimes the roads are just on fire.
yeah. Yeah.
That was the craziest thing. It's like, oh, the flames have jumped the highway. I'm like, I don't want to live in a place where flames are jumping the highway.
highways.
And the
yeah.
smog is no fun in LA too. Other than the smog and the traffic.
Other than those two things, it's great.
Got another
Nice
re-raise
raise.
by
Getting hands.
Randy
That
Lou.
hand, You got a real hand to fold that hand.
Surprise, surprise. I mean, yeah, he
Crowbar power.
definitely
Crowbar.
Do we lose our
VPIP the highest out of everybody.
Free betting frequency.
For sure that,
I was ready
and
for it. I
just,
felt the peel of flip.
he tightened up for a little stretch there down the middle, but I think that was because he was down quite a bit. But I think he's made
Something's off, right?
he's made up for that a little bit now, and he's turning it back on.
That's fine. However, yeah.
More than fine.
We don't.
350.
He's playing much differently than most of the players at the table.
Oh my lord.
This time with the Jack 6 of hearts. Well,
Yeah,
Scott Ball's
that's true,
got
'cause I
trip
had
kings.
the wrong, everything was going wrong.
This
1,000.
He's going to fast play it right away. 400 to 1,000. And Randy calls. Randy now picks up a gut shot that would be no good to a queen.
18.
Or is just, what do you have big chips? Just 15 right there?
Yep.
Just a slow bleed, I think.
Let's do it next week. We have 2 days we can watch. Well, 24 hours of
Come
content.
on, maybe we'll schedule.
4,500, 1,800 to call.
Yeah, Scott.
getting about 2.5 to 1 here, but I mean, you start to think if he does have a king here, you're getting into dangerous kind of kicker land with the board paired, and he does just kind of give it up.
Don't show 7 or deuce.
I'm just expecting to be paying 200 a lot.
That's a good think about it. That's a good one. That's a good one.
So all you're doing is taking the top chip.
Randy makes red.
I gotta decide my own schedule this week too. So after these 2 days, I'll figure that out.
By Wednesday.
I'm not gonna watch it on my own probably. So we can, even if you just come back next week or whatever.
A friend or whatever, we want to make a poker thing and then just like absorb it.
Yeah, whatever, that would be cool.
Jennifer would join us.
Looks like we're gonna get a dealer change in here.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Which I guess means a PLO,
PLO,
right?
yeah.
Wherever that ends up happening. So if I don't come to LA, then you can watch it on your own, obviously. You can also just come back to watch it in Vegas.
Well, I will be in Vegas.
So you were gonna play the 50,000 horse, but you were taken out by your pneumonia? Is that? Or you were up in the air about it?
I was up in the air about it. I wanted to kind of see how.
50,000 8 game or 10 game, excuse me.
Yeah, I wanted to see how well my summer was going before then, because I wanted to at least have half myself. So
Yeah.
it was a game time decision, but
You guys want to kick it up from 200?
pneumonia is not a really good thing to have while playing a 50K tournament. That's
No,
for
I can
sure.
imagine.
This is just me. I never win any of these. Just take it.
You're gonna win this one now, little more.
I'm not gonna win.
So one on the
Okay,
side,
another
and
1,000
then
on the side.
1,000 for you and me, heads up. We'll do 1,000 heads up.
and then the standard prop stuff. That's it. That's all I can
No
track.
spade or anything, yeah. No high spade.
Uh-oh.
Otherwise, you have to make the heads up
Yeah.
thing 2,000. And we
Let's
do
do
1,000
1,000 for the high spade.
1,000 for the high spade, 2,000 for the heads up, or 1,000 for the heads up?
1,000 for that, 1,000 for the
1,000
spade.
for everything.
Yeah, 1,000 for all
Okay,
of the
high
stuff.
spade's pretty big then. Okay,
Yeah.
4 cards.
Yeah.
Okay, we're heads up for 1,000 money on the table.
Must be nice, right, to have these kind of money that these guys have for these kinds of props.
Yeah, I mean,
Ace of spades.
it's I mean, I'm pretty sure they're playing 1,000
Yeah, I just want the sweat at least.
a prop. So,
Elkie won one.
Jamie won one, right?
Jamie, did you
but
win
with
one?
red
James
or
comes in
black,
as
like
one.
kind of just.
All right.
Give me a
I'm in
three.
the power position right now.
I feel like
Let's see if
I like this 5. I think it's
I'm
going to
ready
be
for
used.
more, but yeah, good.
Phil, just understand my psychic flow. This 5's going to be used.
Okay, you're in great shape. Ooh, high spade right now. And currently, I believe we're
I always
slightly,
get pocket
slightly.
kings every time. Just
Okay. Straight draw.
Got
Ace.
paired.
kings is no good.
Okay,
I need a 5 for a straight.
okay. Let's
not
see
gonna get
a
one,
turn
but-
card.
Doesn't look good.
5, baby. 5 ball. Pair.
Okay,
2
ace-
pair.
Ace is good for you.
I think I already lost.
A diamond's good.
I've got
It's
a
a good
chance
card.
here.
I need
So
it.
I'm
Okay,
leading
let's
in
go
the spade,
deuce.
so we could be even. If
Same 2
wow,
pairs.
that was a
Oh
good
my
rip
God,
for you.
wow. Oh my God. So I'm going to win.
Then you have a pair of 5s right
10
now?
of clubs is a
So I
good
win
card.
Same
on
2
this
pairs,
thing.
Phil.
Well, we'll see.
No one
we'll
has
see.
it yet.
Come on. I'm
Well,
still
not
playing
a lot of 10's dead,
Does
but you
anyone have
guys.
anything
Let's
good?
see it.
I
Yeah.
have 2 pairs, same 2 pairs, Phil.
Ah,
Okay, so we need
Hot
a
10.
So
So I win the
Tens are
1,
live.
Two pair.
then I win.
There's a lot of 10s out.
I need a king of spades, ace of spades. You have all the spades. So you win the spade for sure.
I have a pair of jacks.
Ace
I got
queen
2
took it. I
pairs.
think he filled it out on all of it.
Oh, it's in
I
3.
got
Darn it.
crushed here. So you already beat me down. There's no sweat
That's
for you.
good. We like that.
I have 4.
Okay,
Does that
so
help?
what did I do?
Oh, I was actually drawing live.
I have ace queen. I scoop it. Okay, so I'm scooping this.
Oh, I didn't turn around this
Oh, you
card.
got a sweat.
We have a deuce.
He's got 2 5s, yeah.
2
Or a
5s
queen.
and a deuce or a queen.
Or an ace.
Or an ace. You all sorts
Oh, wow.
of juice. Or
Okay, I don't know how to
9
read these cards.
of diamonds.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Straight.
Oh my goodness.
So
All
you
right,
win this.
You win 1,000. That's 1,000 from me.
Oh,
That's my
man.
1,000.
These cards are really hard to sweat. I don't
So
know.
I
You win
win.
the high
These are
spade
all
and
these.
the major,
The
right?
bar on the
So
side.
you win 2 from me. So I'm
No,
taking
3. High spade
Oh, and the props. Yeah.
The prop?
Yep. So I'm
and
taking 2
the
back.
hand.
Yep.
Okay, yep, that's
Yeah, I
right.
lost 4,000 that hand.
Do you remember back in the day, like when they used to do on
squeezed out
high
a
stakes
two, huh?
poker, they had to
Right.
stop doing the
Nice,
props,
bro.
I
Yeah, I
think,
couldn't,
from season
do
to
it the right
season. They
way
got so
'cause,
out of control.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it just really distracting?
I think it was distracting for the television show, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
Even though
I
in
could-
post-production.
I could see that.
It's not the same. They're not
You know
gonna
Maury, right? I think
Yeah.
you actually had to put the
Yeah, I wish we
you
had
had
those
to put the
Modiano
kibosh
cards.
on
Those
it.
are awesome.
Yeah, those are probably, you
Paper
probably don't
airplanes?
want you squeezing
Yeah.
these cards because then you just break
So-
$100 decks.
25, 50, 100 here. Looks like we're doing a round of straddles.
Hand was 1. Flop was 1.
Spades
Spade
was
was 1.
And Jamie Staples is in the straddle with a pair.
I can't see color anymore.
Flop 3.
Anymore? Something that goes away?
And I got 2.
It changed in the last 30 minutes.
Yep. Okay, I was out of it.
That's why you can't sleep it. It's easy. Now I lost 9,000 a day.
And just a limp in here. Wow. By
Limps
Randy
in,
Lou. That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Changing it up.
That's what he said right there.
Oh, Randy folded. That makes a whole lot more sense. Lock that limped in. Okay. King Jack.
I wait for Jamie to act.
I'm gonna give you 1,000.
Thank you. Okay. Wow, I'm almost got 2.
Jamie bets out here for 300.
Is that true?
Well, stuck 9 almost, but
They had a couple good hits there.
Dan's going to float here. He's actually going to call with Jack 10. Turns some equity. He's got the 10 of hearts, and now he's open-ended.
oh my God. But you're like the warden. It doesn't matter. I come up
Now
and breathe a
imagine
little
if you're
bit.
calling
like he's
the flop with
he's
Jack
strong
10.
enough to
You're
take
going to
some
bet the
more
stern
than
card.
the
Yeah.
The 8 of hearts.
I admire the strength and then just put you right back into the torture chamber. That's so.
Yeah, I don't think Jamie's gonna be able to call this.
I find it
Does
hard
that
to believe
signal
this
mean
the
that your
first
cab
time
is
we've
here?
been actively
That
gambling against each other
does,
besides
so
in, like,
I guess I'm
tournament
gonna be
context.
out, but I will be back tomorrow.
Thank you for spending the time with us,
Of
Maria.
course. Fun hangout. Fun game.
Don't get too tipsy on us tomorrow.
No, I'm fine.
You'll know for what it was. You'll know what I
Okay.
had.
Crush live poker.
All right. So we'll plug in there for my company. That's Maria Ho, the lovely Maria Ho. And she'll be back here playing with us tomorrow. We've got about maybe 3.5 hours left here of
I can't play while I'm tired.
poker.
I lose my gamble.
25-50. And this round we're playing 25-50, 100. I'm Bart Hansen.
Ace King against
This is
Negreanu
the
for a
Poker
good
Night in
hand.
America special Twitch
I have
presentation.
a full day tomorrow.
Brought to you by 888 Poker, DraftKings, Crush Live
Going out
Poker,
last night. Actually, I take it back.
Constantly,
You know, you feel like
and Giant Sunflower
The
Seeds.
best.
Randy Lou's going to open here with 7 deuce of diamonds. The 7 deuce bounty is on
At 4 in the morning.
$200 per player
You're gonna have all
if
the
he
fun
shows it down as a
It's like my
winner.
favorite place ever. Sunday night.
Money. Free money.
And he wins it.
Here's put in front of you. Let the dealer sweep it around.
Just like go there
your name
and
again?
party for absolutely nothing.
Vicky.
Thank you for dealing that one.
Oh, just the raise and take it.
That's the easy one. No stress.
No stress.
What's our thing? There's no loans out right now.
No, we're even. Sick.
So sick, right?
Oh, right. The last one we wanted. Yeah, you gave me the
It's
5.
the best
That's
when
how
you're
we
on the
did it.
button
Yeah,
right
yeah, yeah,
after.
yeah.
You just basically watch 400 potentially go. I said potentially.
I know, Lang, you didn't
I'll
play.
probably defend this for my life now, just so you guys know.
9, 8, 85.
How much? Do you have
I
any
have
money over
6,500, something like that.
there? Okay.
All right.
Man, oh my word. Defend it with my life.
Defend that dead ante that's already in the middle.
You're right. It feels like I'm stuck, but I'm actually.
Somerville's going to raise this one up here. We can see that he's got the King of Hearts in his hand. Jamie
I don't
Kerstetter
have too many emotions, though. I have disappointment and hunger. That's it.
had 8-9 of hearts and she folded. She is not that.
That's a super 4K,
So
right?
That's a
even though
3K
that
right there.
appears to be a
3K,
nitty
yeah.
fold, it's actually proper.
I checked.
Jason's got ace king of hearts here, and Dan O'Brien's flopped the flush. Dan O'Brien here with 5, 6 of
I love this game.
clubs.
I can't even lose. I either win.
Gonna bet out here 700 into 1225, and everybody else is drawing stone cold dead. Probably not gonna get much action.
It's so good in so many levels. It's like the nut hand for me to have.
Right.
Yeah, it's everything. All good for me. It's just green
And he'll
grass
take
and
it
high
down.
tides.
Red deuces?
Check that, we are
I had ace
commentating,
king
or
of
we are
hearts.
broadcasting. I'm commentating
So he's
here into
always-
red
Although
knight.
red deuces would be the
4.5
best. Yeah,
more
that's the
hours.
starting hand. I had 2 black threes. so
Again,
there we
you
go.
can tweet me at Bart Hansen.
Nice little 3K. The 3Kers are like
That's
holy
huge.
grail.
John
Yeah.
Honeycutt
When they happen, it just
says
feels
this
like
is a
you're just,
poker
on top of
stream.
the world.
Can you focus on poker and gambling, not Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering? I do appreciate that, John, but I thought that it was topical with Twitch. I love the PLO flip, says Isaac Luong.
Do you guys want to play a round where you can only limp pre-flop?
Terrible. What game is that? How does that loosen the game? How does that loosen the game?
Everybody just calls. All right, I'm just trying to think of other ways we can kick it up here a little bit.
Like
You want to do the sickest one is this. Everyone puts 50 in, wherever you are.
Okay.
And everyone sees the flop.
Oh, we just
then
start on the
the
flop, then you
gambling.
start the hand?
That's the sickest one.
I'm down. I mean, obviously, I'm down for anything, but that
What'd you
sounds
say?
awesome.
What'd you say?
It's too
We
sick,
just
though.
ante in, and everybody just sees the flop, and we go from there. You
It
start
plays
the
fast.
hand.
It plays big.
You start the hand on the flop.
No one can fold pre-flop.
yeah.
And no one can raise
50.
pre-flop.
Everyone puts in 50, and everyone just sees the flop. You start on the flop. So you
How
start.
much is in there? A lot.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, there's 450 in there, and somebody has.
Look at you getting your 2K back.
Randy Lou's got the best of it here with 10-6 of
Wow,
diamonds.
it's one away
Top
from
pair.
super.
Wait, why 2K?
Three of a color.
You
Oh,
get,
3 colors.
you win,
That was a check
and then
zone
3 of a
thing,
color.
yeah.
If that was a heart, more, and then if that was a 2 of hearts, 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
475.
Okay.
Wow, and Scott Ball's going to make a play at it here. He's had enough. I think this is the first time we've seen him make a bluff here, just with kind of air. He's going to raise it up to
I have
1,300.
a reserved bit of breath, and I'm about to come back. I feel like I can grab his leg maybe and jostle for some
Maybe you
power.
can just.
Like I'm on stuff 3. This is.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Nananako's got top pair, but, you know, if Scott Ball did have a hand or some sort of draw, 10-6 is not going to have great
There's so many
equity
cool
over
things
that,
you
but
can
he
do.
does
I'm just gonna
continue
give you a
on.
little preview.
Okay, give me a
First of all,
preview. Yeah, I do respect.
Turn here is an ace. Will Scott continue on with a bluff?
How you draw in the more.
Without
the-
much
the
thought,
build
he
the-
is going to
the
continue
pyramid.
on.
We could
And
do
he
it every
fires.
time that we flop one of the crucial cards in the middle. You then double the next time, so you're on for double. So if you ever flop one of the, like if you're a deuce or deuce in the middle, you just go on for double. That's kind of cool. You could change it so that you get all deuces in the middle, and that the red deuces are your doubles. So you win all
And
of
Lou
them,
is
but
going
when you
to
hit a red
check
deuce, then you're on
fold
for
here
double next
as he
time.
no longer beats the nut
The
flush
reason
draw.
why I think we shouldn't keep scaling up
No,
is because this is the reason why. Think about it.
And Ball takes it down.
Because if one of us wants to peel back a little bit.
Chuck R on Twitter says,
it's gonna
how
be
can
quite a
Maria
shock
Ho
if we
be at
have
the
19
table
things going on, and then the guy wants to peel back to 2 or
There's
3.
no peeling back.
and be
It's
talking
like-
to
it's
Bart
a
Hansen at the
one-way-
same time? And that's, of course, because we're on a
Similar
15-minute
to
delay.
You have a boyfriend, he moves in, and now you don't want to necessarily live together, but you still want to date. Well, you can't really undo
You
that.
can't undo that,
moving in
that's
thing.
true.
You can now get married, whatever.
That's
so
very
I
true.
feel like layering
Okay.
in more props is maybe a little dangerous.
Okay,
'cause,
that's fair.
You know,
Yeah, I'm just like I said. I was just giving you a little preview.
I like the preview, but I could.
Yeah. Okay. You got it.
I'm happy with
You're happy
2
with what we've
drawers
got
right
started
now.
now. We're just casually dating right now in your analogy.
Yeah. I don't want to move in.
Okay, you got it.
Steven on Twitter says, I talked to Staples and he says it
300,
wasn't
okay.
Jack in that hand, and I tend to believe that. Thank you, Steven. I think that was probably a graphical error.
Take it, Elkie. Mad respect for the Frenchman.
Thank you. That's the psychic
You got psychic flow. I know when you got.
flow is on.
Lisa Roning on Twitter says, when were the ladies' poker nights in America? When were they? Well, they were on from the Philadelphia episode and several other ones as well. Jamie Kerstetter has been on several times.
Also, in 15 minutes, the dinner break happens, and then all hell can just break loose.
Right.
For a little while.
Are they even allowed to keep us here this long?
Dude, you don't have to stick around, dude. This is good training for your long Twitch streams that are going to be coming.
No, I don't do this. I keep it
For the
reasonable.
fans.
I had a 7 or 8 hour one for the
The satellite
thing that I
one.
bubbled.
Yeah.
that was brutal.
Yeah, I watched like 3 hours of that.
That was brutal.
Interesting. What's your longest stream, Jamie?
I think it's
Or either of you, yeah.
sorry.
No, that's cool. Yeah. I realized as soon as I asked, I was like, but you know what, though? I'm interested to learn.
It's so hard.
14 hours, you just said?
Me? That's what he said.
Oh, 14
Yeah.
hours? Yeah.
Oh, you. Was it Super Tuesday day?
Yeah, but I never broke 12 hours, I don't think. I think I started at noon and I streamed till just like a little after 12 hours.
Right, yeah.
Randy Lou.
Elkie raises. And Randy Lou with another 3-bet, but this time he's got the goods, and this is in a straddle pot.
Yeah. When they're not, they're bad.
All right.
So people on Twitch giving a lot of shit
About what?
for taking breaks.
Dan does
Playing
take
tournament.
breaks, which is fine.
All right, Like every hour, I'll go to the bathroom.
Right.
That's fine, right?
Entirely reasonable, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But they give me shit only because Jason doesn't take breaks for 7 or 8 hour
That's
sessions.
I took 4 5-minute breaks over 500 hours of streaming in 80 days.
You set the standard too high for everyone else.
So sick.
It's about tenacity. It's about tenacity.
Diapers?
No.
Jason,
I never once used a
drink
public
no water?
restroom in my entire school education. Never one time.
What I started telling people, Phil,
A life of training.
is that they don't know this, but like I was giving them the inside scoop, is that Jason actually pees on like a urine receptor under his desk.
One of those stadium
It's so big time that he pays people to come and take it away and just dump it out, return it. So, there's like some subset of people that still believe this is happening. They will occasionally troll him on his show.
Some people have huge bladders. They can just go and go.
Well, I mean, if you don't drink water, then you don't need a bladder, right?
Yeah, I never had more than like a glass and a half of water.
It's so terrible.
That's the sickest part of it.
Kind of should drink water eventually.
Dude, it's just a matter of wanting it enough, dude. Do you want it enough? I do.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Flop is
That's
on.
so
No, just the flop sweat. Oh, that's
That's a
almost
dirty-
yeah, that's a 2-ball.
That's a 2-ball.
Like, you've cleaned the carpet.
Now I'm only stuck 1 dime. Wow.
Wow, what if it would have been that?
Randy Lou opened this pot with 3-4 offsuit, and Dan O'Brien called in the big blind. Did not 3-bet. King deuce 7 with a couple of hearts. And O'Brien's going to check call here, which I expect him to do.
Against each other?
No, we haven't been.
Turn is a 3rd heart. O'Brien now picks up the nut flush draw. Randy Lou with a
I haven't
gutter.
heard anything very good.
Now 2 of 5
Decent even.
and a 3 high flush
Just
draw.
the jack
Ace
four,
queen,
that was
still the best
hand
hand.
Last 2 hours.
Pot 1775. And Randy's gonna fire again on a card that doesn't really look to be a good double barrel card as a bluff.
This next one is going to be.
He bets
I could, for the first time
1,075
ever,
here.
Put the word like off kilter.
That's right.
balance.
But obviously
jailbreak.
Dan is not
Yeah.
going to go anywhere with the ace of hearts, and this pot is almost 4,000. River's a queen, and Dan runs into a pair of queens. And is Randy Lou going to fire 3 barrels, or does he think that Dan O'Brien has a king and is going to hold on?
Queen.
And he just gives it up. And Dan's going to take it down.
Look at that. Another ace of hearts with a queen wins another one. You like that ace of hearts backup action, huh?
Oh, man. My back's starting to hurt.
The best is I can't tell if you're serious or.
So Negreanu and Helmuth both lost. Right?
Negreanu lost like tiny.
No, he left money though, didn't he?
He lost small.
lost?
He
Yeah,
lost?
He did lose a little bit.
He was up a lot.
Then you lost like 1K.
Yeah, he lost like
1,200.
1,200 or something.
Oh, I thought he won.
So you have all the money, I guess, huh?
Oh, some of it.
You're the big winner.
How sick is that? Both lost.
Race.
The 2 best.
What do you know? Randy Lou's raised again, pre-flop.
Is this guy a speaker?
Yeah, but
And Elke is going to 3-bet this time, though, with ace-king of diamonds.
Jamie's just sitting over there waiting for his next deuce 7 so he can punish us again. He had jacks, he didn't even play it. He's like,
His heart rate's still elevated from the last time, though.
No, man, put me in my place. You smack me back down a level.
And Randy's just going to give it up.
I received some messages on Twitter of like, oh, you got blocked.
Aw.
It wasn't me.
It's okay though. Mine's gonna make the TV cut, so it's
Yours is
We're going to be
yeah,
having a
yours is
break here in
candy
about
that one.
10 minutes, I am
Yeah.
told,
that's the hand of the day.
for
End of
about
day.
15 minutes. We're going to
Yeah,
take a
you'll be
look
so
here
sick if
at
you
a
had
chip count.
G7 and shove through.
Wow, that
30
would be the end
minutes.
of the day.
So in 10 minutes, we're going to have a 30-minute break. And then we're going to try to get, during that break, we'll try to actually get a plus minus chips for information for you guys as to who's up and down for the day.
Jason and Scott.
And then hopefully
Hall.
for tomorrow we'll actually have some more accurate plus
like,
minus
who's
chip
this
count
for?
information too. Phil Locks here has got pocket deuces.
An armed guard.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
You guys can just have it.
And this is a straddle pot here from Jamie Staples.
I think I was the wrong
Staples,
house. Yeah.
ace-9 offsuit, and Locke's going to raise it up here to 500 with 2 red deuces.
I only stream for like 5 hours at a time, and then I'm like tired.
5 is plenty.
But still,
Five
it's
is
New Jersey
a lot.
sites. So it's like I'm in like 3 tournaments, and then when the good ones are done, I'm done.
Yeah, makes sense.
And Staples
Had
is going to
one.
make a...
Oh, good.
He's going to defend here with ace-9 off, so he's won a little bit, and you can see he's definitely loosening up from where he was
The pain
I had
breaking.
one really good
just a few
stream
hours
where
before.
I streamed like the good tournaments, and then I went out with friends and got drunk, and then came home like, oh, there's a $75 six max. Let's do this. And I made up words I didn't like. People the next day were like, oh, no AIP today. I'm like, what's that? They're like, alcohol-induced peeling. You were saying it a lot yesterday. Yeah.
Wow.
Locke makes a bet here on the flop, and Staples check calls. Check here on the turn. River's a 4, and Locke's got the best of it here with deuces. Now, Staples going to turn ace-9 into a bluff, or does he think he has the best hand here? And he does bet here. Pot's 2175. Looks like a 1,300 chip bet. Boy, Locke doesn't really beat much here. I mean, there's no flush draw out there. 4-5 pairs up. 5-7's a gut shot that gets there. I mean, the only thing that you could really beat here is ace high turned into a bluff. I just can't see how you can call here with deuces, and he does not call.
And I have 9 now because I gave you 1 for that
And
last
Staples
win.
turns ace-9 into a
Three.
bluff and takes it down.
I owe you 10. I texted you
That's
that.
correct.
And I have
Yeah,
9 here
that's
now.
correct. Yeah.
And you're actually up, I believe, for the
Nope,
first
I'm
time.
even.
Oh, even
See,
exactly?
I've started with 20. And I loaned you 10. That's 10. 5, and I gave you 10.
Why is there 19 on the floor, though?
Because you don't have the right amount of your losses being reflected. You put some on the table.
I
or
took
you-
one off or something. Okay, yeah.
Something.
Something.
But I'm for sure started with 20. And I
Okay.
never touched my gamble stack.
Okay.
But you're right. So you owe me 10.
Yep.
And we're even.
And where are you?
Butt moves over here to Elke.
Did you have me?
Again, I'm trying to do my best here to follow the live Twitch chat, and I'm on Twitter at Bart Hansen.
Very well delivered.
Randy Lou opens here for 350. Ace-7 of spades.
Two players.
And we're heads up here
Me and you again.
as Scott Ball
The
calls.
games continue.
Who's gonna win this battle?
1,000 for you, sir.
I hope it's you, Scott.
Wow.
Thank
Damn,
you.
nice.
Both players
I- it's just
miss
what I
here,
feel
but
all
Randy
the
Lou's got
time.
position.
I'm
He's
not
got the
gonna
betting
hide.
lead.
It's like
Probably going to be fair to win
You
this
went for
hand.
carry in there or no?
You cannot like surprise the
Maybe
second.
like very
otherwise
early
it's
on
like-
you were ahead, but I think I was ahead from. I won 6 flips in a row in the beginning, remember? This
This is my first
Check,
time
check,
to be
though.
is
honest.
your
on
first
the
time up
flop.
against me ever.
Wow.
Now Randy turns the nut flush draw.
It can be done.
It can be done.
You can just grind and hang in there and get even. And then you can be up a little
Grind the
bit.
flips.
That's right.
I grinded the flip. I was down 19 at one point. Now I'm up 1.
It's flip grinding.
I won 6 5-card PLO flips in a row. And we doubled it, or close to it, every time.
And Scott's going to check fold here on this turn.
Wow. How did I do that?
God, you and Antonio now, I've been in that point of having 18K up and then one more, and then they get
But
me
the
every
most you
time.
could have beat me
I'm going to
tonight,
start
yeah.
quitting at 18 and be like, yep, that's it. Thanks. back to 1,000.
Yeah. You have the right. That's cool.
Bank. Just like the weakest link.
But you know it's going to feel way better than 3 times sweeter to get me for the full 60 where I quit you.
That's
have
definitely
a
true.
guy
To
quit
have
you
someone
flipping.
just break under the.
It's
But the
the-
issue is that you have so much money that you're not going to quit. You're going to just say, let's do it again, and I'm going to say, okay, and then that's it.
Yeah, but I was really, in my mind, that was my anchor. I was like at 60.
60 was your
That's
pain
good.
threshold.
I think that's
What's
what
your biggest coin flip in your life? Straight up coin flip.
100.
100?
Yeah.
My biggest is only 100 of your money?
Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest is only 40.
Those are pretty big.
Like,
I won-
flipping or like actually in a poker game?
No, you just say,
flipping
let's
in, like,
flip, red,
flipping in
black.
some methodology. Yeah.
Black raises here.
I
King,
think
queen
it's
of
only
spades,
40.
225.
What is this life?
I was stuck. I think I was stuck 140, and I flipped off 40, and I won that one. So I was only stuck 100 that day.
So you should have picked more.
Staples calls
Yeah,
us.
there you go. I should have put for 140.
Mistake
You
there.
got 100. You gotta get a 110.
Hopefully you're learning now.
Can I buy 4 green checkers, please, sir? Thank you.
Everybody misses here, but Phil Luck's got the pre-flop betting lead, and he's going to make a continuation bet, and that should probably do it for this hand. Well, Randy Lou looks like he has check called here with 8-9, and he's paired up on the turn. And again, one of those looks like what would be a reverse float, but he paired. So no need to really bluff at it. One liner to a straight here at the end.
9.
Yeah, let's see what Phil's going to say here. What did you have on the flop?
3,000. That hurt. That was a triple barrel move, or two. Who would have done it?
You might have done it, yeah.
Look at that face of disappointment in Jason.
Come on, be happy for me.
I'm afraid when I play people who have seen over 12.8 million hands, I feel like, oh, well, they'll know, and this won't work out, you know? I like people who have seen 100,000 hands or in that
Or
range.
less,
you know?
or less.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
range.
yeah.
And I'm like, well, even if they have a hunch, they probably won't pull the trigger. So we're even again. Wow.
Well.
Yeah, lifetime even. That's my time.
I owe you 10 though, so how is that possible? Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
whatever.
How much do we get for the 7 deuce
But
bounty?
flipping.
200 apiece.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, you
all
owe
in.
me 10 dollars.
All in.
Get you
Wait,
200,
you
Trevor.
asked how much the bounty was?
Yeah, it
This
was
is a
unrelated.
trick?
Unrelated question.
Definitely related.
Wow.
Come on.
Jamie Kerstetter asks, how much is it for the 7 deuce bounty? And she moves all in the small blind with king 5 offsuit. But Randy Lou has ace queen to her immediate left, though. So I don't know if this one's going to get through. I think he's going to call.
I have 9 big ones.
And he does call.
Amazing.
Yep,
Run it twice,
that one
keep
didn't
me
work.
alive, entertainment.
I only like to run it
Wow,
once, to be honest. I'm sorry. I think I'll be breaking the rules if I
Punish
did.
him with the 5 on the river.
I don't mind if you
Well,
get there. Just
okay.
I don't want to change it all of a sudden.
She's only a 2-to-1 dog.
That's a good start.
5
Yeah,
in the
that's not
door,
bad on the
but
river.
also an
Look at that
ace.
five, yeah.
River 5.
And now I'm sure card.
Turns a 6. She's going to need some help.
Thank you. Hurry up, 5.
And the river's a queen.
I think I'm gonna stop having to do the 300 flips with you guys, or I'll blind out.
And Randy
You
makes
can win one of
aces and
those.
queens.
Yeah, well, you know.
They're hard to win, I'll tell you that.
We
for
don't even
sure.
have to do those. Those just take away from the poker anyways. We can just cancel it out. I mean,
Yeah, if you want to cancel them.
And I'm pretty sure that
I don't
Jamie
want
probably was
anything. I want
very,
whatever
very,
group-
very short there
I want it to be a
with
group
some of these
vote.
props and stuff that they were
Yeah.
doing.
Oh,
So.
you won one.
Or somebody could just-
I've
She
won
said she
one.
had 9
No, he
blinds.
skipped it
So.
for me. When I had two pair of
They were
games.
playing
You were gonna
25,
be-
50,
yeah,
Somebody could
100.
just buy
She
my
might have
hand
had,
if they want.
Oh, that
who
was-
knows, she
that's
might
true,
have
too.
won
Yeah.
down to 1,000 or something.
That's very true.
She had not, she had pre-bought.
Quickly.
We can go partners on her hand.
Yeah,
How about
okay, yeah,
that?
that's great. We gamble together and against each other.
Yeah.
Dinner break now?
Dinner break?
How long is the dinner
Thank
break?
you.
Everyone,
But again, it is a cash game, as a lot of people in the chat are pointing out. Anyways, we'll take a look here at the chip counts once again, and we'll try to get
By the way, what was on that flop?
we'll try to
It was
get
red, right?
the
That
differences
was
up
yeah, that's what I
when we
thought.
come
Okay,
back
that's-
from break
Okay.
of pluses and minuses.
Let
And I believe we're going to go on a 30-minute break now. Is that right? Is this a dinner break? This is a dinner break, so we're going to be going on a 30-minute dinner break. And we hope you guys come back in 30 minutes. And after dinner, we'll have another 3 hours and 45 minutes of live cash poker. This is the Poker Night Twitch presentation brought to you by 888 Poker, DraftKings, Crush Live Poker, and Giant Sunflower Seeds. So we'll be back right after this. We'll see you in 30.